Solo.
And hello, welcome to Solo Playthroughs. I'm a mess today. Man, I'll tell you what, I've been a mess for a week since I got back from Kenya. And I guess it's been a week and a half now. And yeah, election day is tomorrow, and I am a local committee person. If you don't know what that is, that's totally fine. But just got a lot going on. And here we go. And definitely was playing this a little bit earlier, and am not nearly as prepped as I would like to be. So bear with me. We're going to have some just quality time speaking as I get this game set up. If you hate watching setup and just don't like hearing me blabber, just I don't know, skip ahead 5 minutes. It will be okay. Let me get to the other screen. Make sure this is all working. Pop out the chat. I did see some comments there a second ago. What are you doing? Then there was an OBS update. I did see someone predicted that was my problem today. Was just part of the problem for sure. All right, let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Some observers. All right, hold on. Why are you not? Yeah, go there. Yes, we have Silver Fear. Hello, says yes. Can't wait for this one. Sad, sometimes you just get the sinking feeling, don't you? And Sad says tap tap tap. Is this mic on? Rocket Magnet UK OBS update is my best guess. What's up, Lee? Yes, a little bit of a problem there. And some observers may claim that Team Manticore shenanigans are behind this, says Saget, but I did not do anything. I promise he did not. Skip ahead feature on live stream. Brand new feature. We are watching live. We're stuck. Nah, I mean, you guys, you know. I know you love my banter. You wouldn't miss this for the world. So we have our Deadly Seas tokens. I'm just gonna find the 10 of these. Where are the other two? I don't know. We'll flip these over. And yeah, we should be able to set this up pretty quick. It is not rocket science by any means. We have our reds. We have all our whites. So I will talk in general about the warfare strategy. I've done it a few times. It is very much a interesting take on the game, very different than the explore take on the game. You need to roll well, and I think there's some chances for mitigation. I find, again, the way that this game trolls you at times to be so frustrating and like unnecessary for a game this hard. But I think the warfare is fun. There's something very satisfying about filling up the tonnage tracks. And that's a cool little puzzle. I mean, with warfare, if you're going to score well, you really need to fill up those tonnage tracks all the way. I mean, there's really, that's your scoring. I mean, you're getting scored from, again, 40 points from that. You're getting all the points from the various ships. And obviously, you get more points for actually knocking out the warships than you do for the non-warships. But obviously, the warships are also attacking your ass. So it's a little bit dangerous. I mean, and if the rolling well not only has to do with you rolling well to defeat the warships, it also has to do with you rolling high to make sure they don't start pinging you with damage, because again, you take too many hits, the game ends rather prematurely, and you know, it's not always the most fun. So I don't know, like, I mean, what's a better way to play the game? I don't know how you would get 320. I think you're losing so many points on there. I mean, if you're not gonna, you'll be very lucky to not be losing some points on the tracks, just with the nature of how you have to play the warship model. So I think that's, one concern going in. I mean, you get this 40. If you get the liberation cubes out, sure, that's 80. But like I mean, I got up to 286 was my best game in Warfare, and I feel pretty strong about that. I don't know how you would do better. I feel like I am missing one Deadly Seas token. I don't know where it is. I think there are 8 Deadly Seas tokens. No? Are there only 9? I mean, I think there are 10. Are there only 9? Maybe it's in here. Are you in here? Oh, I was hiding in there. Cool. So I'm going to take these deadly sea tokens, put them up there, and in the back to start the game, we are going to have all the yellow ships and all the white ships, like, like so, which I'm dropping in front of me. We're going to have a treasure in each of the major oceans, so I can go ahead and put those out. We start with one action there. We're going to have these unrevealed ships in all of the teal boxes that are on the board. So I think there's like 12 of them to start the game. Yep, 12 to start the game. And again, one treasure in each of the 6 major oceans. Those are the oceans that have the die number next to it. I am going to start with the periscope device. That's going to allow me to no longer gain +1 notoriety between consecutive bold attacks. It also allows me to make consecutive stalk attacks, which gives me +1 to my dice rolls. However, it does mean that I will have to get +1 notoriety in between each one of those attacks. So since I'm going to take that, I have to take I have to spend 3 resources, any combination I want. I'm just going to spend 3 of my Nemo resources, and now my Nemo modifier is going to start the game at a +3. I will likely spend other resources too as I get set up with our other um, what do they call the upgrade, Nautilus upgrades as we go. I have my 3 white dice and my 1 black die off screen here. And then we have our 6 character tiles. Nadim Dakar is going to be our 7th character tile. We will not see him for a little bit. And then I have his little attribute tokens over here. There are 9 of them. These are the attributes for the characters. The chief engineer is going to get 1 attribute. So I will pull out something for him. He gets, I can discard that for a free adventure action. The second officer is going to get 1 attribute as well. We're going to pull this. I could discard this to get +3 dice roll modification after a roll. And the first officer, I'm getting 2 attributes for them. The first one is I can discard this to reveal 1 random upgrade if there's an empty slot. So basically, if there's an empty slot over here, I can add an empty upgrade to it. The upgrades are going to be a little bit off camera, but that's fine. I'll figure out a way to make that work. I wanted the extra space over here. And then the other one is I could discard this to return 1 sacrifice character back into play. Oh, that's very nice. So we did not get trolled by any of the characteristics. So one of these is like -1 point. And again, I think I've used this phrase before. I forget who said it. It might have been Saget, but like there's an unmitigated randomness and swinginess to this game that I find I question. I question lots of things in life. This is not the most serious things that I question in life, but it is indeed one of them. So I have my 10 deadly seize tokens. I will roll a d10 because some of these are significantly worse than others. And one is actually a +2 dice roll modification. So I'm just going to put them on the 5 spots of the extra ships. So the blue, the green, the yellow, the orange, or the dark yellow, I should say, the orange and the red. So I'm rolling a d10. That's a 4. This will go on top of the blue. I'm going to roll again. That's a 9. This goes on top of the green. Let me get my d8. Excuse me. 1 goes there. D8. That's an 8, not helpful. 2 goes here. And now I can go ahead with a d6. And I rolled a 3. 2 of these are going to come out of play. So 4's out. And then I have 4 left. And it's a 5, not helpful. 2 is out. Those go over there. These 3 are going to go into the ship bag like so. Yes, 1 flipped over. I did not see it. I promise. I would not lie to you. All right, so we're going to have to take our Nautilus upgrades. There are 7 that I'm interested in, and then we're going to add 3 random ones. 7 that would be very good for warfare. 1, Nemo cell batteries. During each lull turn, you gain 1 action point. One of the things I like about this is it only costs 1 salvage. Arcane Library, you receive +1 DRM when performing a search or an incite action. The electro-powered crew armor. You may use this card made once during each bold attack action. So 1 bold attack action, again, can, after, so you may restore. Right. Well, bold attack action to get +1 DRM. And I guess, I'm trying to think once during each bold attack action. Trying to figure out why it's written that way. Because a bold attack action, I guess so if I'm making if I'm using one action point and doing one sequence of consecutive events, I can only use this once. Is how I guess I'm reading that. I just it didn't strike me as weird before. For some reason, it struck me as weird now. Or I can remove this, destroy it, which I wanted to get +1/2 dice roll modification after a dice roll. Strength and prow, I can receive +1 dice roll modification to Nautilus non-torpedo attacks. You have the reinforced armor. Attacking warships receive +1 DRM to all attack dice rolls. That's really strong. And then the steam torpedoes. Once per attack phase, you may make one free torpedo attack in the Nautilus location. Roll 2d6s and sink the targeted non-warship on a roll of 5+. Before you do that, you want to make sure you have at least one reroll around, because if you lose that early, it's a big bummer. Or a targeted warship on a 6+. After your first miss, however, you roll only 1d6 for torpedo attacks for the rest of the game. There's still a free attack the entire time, but yeah, it's kind of gross because, again, if you're only rolling one, your chances of success are not very good. All right, we're gonna shuffle the rest of the Nautilus upgrade cards, and I'm gonna add 3 of them at random. So 1, 2, 3. And then I'll do my upgrade process in a little bit. I just wanted to get this deck set so I can start simplifying things in front of me. Oh, did I only... That's only 6. Shoot! That's only 6. What was the 7th one I wanted? Strength and proud. Do I have that? Reinforced armor. I messed up. Oh, I wanted the one that had the warship points. Yeah, the war room. For any two 2d6 combat, whether attack or attacking or insight roll, after rolling you may change one dice result to a 2, which can be very strong in limiting how much damage is done to you. Or, you know, if you roll a 5, now it's like, hey, that 2 gives me enough to win. That could be really strong as well. All right, let me check up on the chat. 3 Nemo is a good choice. Supposed to say bold. I don't know. I probably said the wrong thing. Great games is Michael May. Hello. And Silva Fear. Good. We'll see. Saget, I really don't know this game too much, so I assume Greg will host. Yeah, it's about right. It is a dice game, and it is me, Brand Eaton. Not to be that guy, but at tribute. Great game. At tribute. At tribute. What did I say? Did I say attribute? I don't know. You know, speaking's hard. At tribute. Sure, whatever. My wife will be happy that someone corrected me. That wasn't her. So we're going to take these 7 cards along with these 3 that I just randomly threw in here. And we're going to throw 4 of them, make them available for upgrades in a second. But again, they should go right over here. But, well, again, I'll figure out how I want to make that work. Now, setting up the event deck is going to take a little bit of time, so you're going to have to bear with me on that. So I'm going to shuffle this massive deck of cards. There is a ton of events. Again, imbalanced swinginess is a thing. Some of them are really bad. Some of them are really good. Most of them fall somewhere in between. And hopefully over the course of a game, all that kind of balances out. But yeah, some of them you're like, I don't want to see you. I'll get you acquainted with the crew here. We have the first officer. I can eliminate her for +3 action points or +3 dice roll modification after a roll. However, if she is defeated and sacrificed in that way, that will cost me a Nemo, so you don't want to defeat her willy-nilly. We have the second officer, +1 action point when he's defeated. The chief officer, +2 action points when he's defeated. Conceal has +1 reroll, just gives you a reroll when they're defeated. Ned Land, I can defeat him for +1 dice roll modification after a roll. However, if I do that, I gain +1 notoriety. And then Professor Aronnax, I can defeat him for +2 dice roll modification after a roll. And then also, again, get a notoriety there. Notice they all have a point value, so you are spending points to get the benefit. However, the point value, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to be probably, especially with all the fighting I'm going to have to do and how important those rolls are, I'm likely to be using most of them, if not all of them. If they do survive, and I do have Nadim Dakar, I am playing with the Nadim Dakar expansion. Again, I have the Ultimate Edition. It has all the little bells and whistles in there. It's going to be +1 for every instance of scoring points for characters. I get +1 point to that at the end. If Nadine dies, game is over. So, yeah, don't do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I took 25 of these event cards off the top, and I'm putting them over here in the adventure deck, and we're going to put a little gem on top of that. Now, I'm going to take the rest of these cards. I'm going to make a few piles in front of me. Yeah, so we should be able to see everything off screen here. So I'm going to put 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then I'm taking 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, how this deck is set up depends on your motivation. My motivation is war. I will go through the scoring on that before we get started. But this breakdown is very different than the Explorer setting that I did in my last playthrough. All right, so we have 3 deck cards there, and we're going to have 6 in the final stack over here. The rest of these event cards all can come out of the game. Now, these are the finale cards. I do need to shuffle them. There are 12 of them. I'm going to roll a D12 because the finale card can make a big difference. And D12, where are you? I rolled an 8. I count from the bottom, so that's going to be there. The rest of the finale cards come out of the game, and this is going to go there. I'm going to shuffle these 5 cards, so the finale card is one of the bottom 5 cards of your draw pile. This will go here. I screwed up. I'm going to hope, against hope, that the rising action card is in this pile, because if it's not, you're going to all have to watch me do this again. Oh, come on. Be in here. Be in here. Be the change that you want to be. It's not. Shoot. All right, well, there's really no way around this. Let's just do it again. So, finale cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I'm going to put these all back together and pretend that I didn't just waste everyone's time. Goes there. Rising action. Nope. Rising action. Nope. Rising action. There we go. All right, we'll take these 25 cards over here, and we'll just shuffle them up one more time. So, yeah, the rising action card has to go in the bottom 13. So there are going to be 4 specially placed, actually more than that. Well, finale, yeah, 4 specially placed cards, and then there's going to be a prologue card and then 2 intermission cards. So total is 7 specially placed cards. But when this is all done, when I'm done baking this, card cake, so to speak, big giant club sandwich, we will have 33 cards in this deck. All right, so these are shuffled one more time. I'm going to take 25 off the top. They're going to be the adventure deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Treasure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to count that again. 6, 9, 13. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, that's done. We have the 12 finale cards. Gonna roll that die again. Where'd you go? I rolled a 1. This is gonna go there. In this pile, we're gonna put the we're gonna put the unwanted reflection cards. So there were 3 of them. This is part of the Dean Dakar expansion. I rolled a 3, so I'm going to take the middle card, put that there. We're going to put the rising action card on top of that. And then we're going to, the Act 3 card's going to go on top of there. We're going to take these 3 cards. We're going to add the family reunion card to that. D6, I rolled a 1. The Act 2 card is going to go on top of that. and that'll be fine. So let me shuffle these 5 cards. This is going to be the bottom of the draw pile. We're going to now shuffle these 13, should be 15 cards here actually. Yep. These will go on top of that with the Act 3 intermission card. We're going to shuffle these 4 cards. Again, it's the 3 regular events and then the reunion card. That's where Nadine's going to be introduced to the game. That will go here with the Act 2 intermission. These 6 cards are already shuffled. That will go there with the prologue. And if I did that all right, we'll have 33 cards in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 10, 1, 2, and 3 for 13. Excellent. So that was done. These can go here. So finally, we're going to do our Nautilus upgrade. So I need to roll a d10 to see the first upgrade I have available at the beginning of the game. So that is a 6. It is a strength and prow. I'm going to roll a d10 again. That's a 0 for a 10. Not helpful. That's a 4. We could get the reinforced armor. Ooh, both of those are pretty awesome. I'm now going to roll a d8. That's a 4. That's the arcane library. All these are very good. And then I'm going to roll a d8 again, and that's a 4 for Nemo's cell batteries. I think I can only take 1. I've never actually been in a place where I'm like, I actually might want 2 of those. You may purchase at most 1. Nope. You may purchase at most 1. Yes. So which one do I want more? Do I want the +1 DRM for the? Do I want the reinforced armor or do I want the strength and prow? They're both rather enticing for different reasons. I think I'm gonna take the strength and prow. So I get +1 DRM on all non-torpedo attacks. However, since that has a salvage value of a 4, because normally I'd have to spend salvage to do a refit action, which would cost me 2 action points or 1 action point during a lull turn. Instead, I could just spend 4 resources to get that. So I'm going to spend 1 crew and 3 hull. Now, since I removed one of those 4 options, I can roll a d6 and add another upgrade to the options that I'll have for the game. The electro-powered crew armor, that's actually also pretty awesome as well. So like all of these are very good upgrade options, and I'll just leave them on this portion of the salvage track for now, because we're not going to be getting that far up it that quickly, at least. So these are things that I can now add to my ship. Cool and cool. All right, so that's the setup, I think. I don't think I missed anything. Ding, ding, ding. Let me check the chat. Good luck. I'll have to bail. Let me check in later towards the end of the game. Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure to see you in the chat. All right, so let's make the magic happen, shall we? We are going to pull our first event of the game, see what happens. Well, this is Act 1. The facts relating to this apparition entered into various law books agreed in most respects as to the shape of the object or creature in question, the untiring rapidity of its movements, its surprising power of locomotion, and the peculiar life with which it seemed endowed. If it was a whale, it surpassed in size all those hitherto classified in science. Roll the die. Place the Nautilus in the corresponding major ocean. So we're going to start in the North Atlantic. Commence play with the next card. Only roll 2 white dice in the placement phase, which I will explain as we go, if you don't already know, which you probably do if you're watching this video. So we have our war motivation casino. So every warship I sink, I'm going to get +2 points. Every non-warship I sink, I get +0 points. Every adventure scoring instance I have, I get -1 point for those if it scores points. If it scores 0 points, that negates that. My treasures are unmoved, so what the points on my treasures, that's what I have. Every liberation cube or liberation scoring instance is times by 4. We have every science discovery is times by 3, and then every wonder scene is times 2. The other points that I'm going for is, again, I want to get to the the end point of this track, which would be 40 points. And then I also want to maybe get some points up in here, if at all possible. Rand Eaton says, wait, Jester says, how's it going, everyone? Hope all is well. What's up, Jester? Good to see you. Rand Eaton says, laugh out loud. Rand, oh, good, brother. IDJ. So if here's IDJ, I just watched your... Oh, Jester, I just watched your BB video. Awesome. Played for the first time over the weekend. Don't spoil. I haven't finished it yet. Your thanks, so fair. Good to hear. BB. BB. What's BB? I don't know. Someone talking about BB. Jester, what's BB? Advertise yourself. Make it happen. All right. That's good to go. So we're going to pull the next event. 42 degrees centigrade. The panels had opened and I could see a completely white sea around the Nautilus. Steaming sulfurous fumes uncoiled in the midst of waves bubbling like water in a boiler. I leaned my hand against one of the windows, but the heat was gone. The heat was so great I had to snatch it back. So I can test 10. I can only spend the resources of Nemo or Hull, or I can spend both of them. So I'm going to spend both. Why not? Let's live dangerously to start. So I'm going to have a +4 dice roll modification to my roll. I'm rolling 2 d6s. I rolled a 10. The 10 plus 4 is 14, so I succeeded. So we're going to put this in the pass pile. At the end of this game, I will have 1 science there, which is nice. So that's going to be 3 points for that. And it says pass and gain a hull. So there we go. We got one of our resources back already, which is good. We are now going to go to the placement phase. I'm just rolling 2 white dice. I rolled a 6 and a 4. The differential of that is 2, so I go from 1 action point to 3. Remember, you start the game with 1. Between turns, you can only save 1 point. I will most likely try to do that pretty often. But now we're going to go ahead and do placement. So with the 4 die, we're going to put a unidentified ship in the South Atlantic Ocean where I am, and with the 6 die, we're going to put an unidentified ship in the Indian Ocean, which is over there. I'm going to spend... Yeah, really, I don't know if I want to waste too much time in search or in sight actions before I actually have... I really want to get that arcane library quick, I think. Attacking warships and Nemo's batteries. I want to get all of these quick. They're very nice. I'm going to do some attacking, I think. Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's kill some ships. Try to get the arcane library in a refit action, and then I think that would just really help just make everything kind of flow a little bit better. So, since I'm planning to take whatever ship I get, if it is, especially if it's a non-warship, I'm just going to put it up there in salvage. I'm going to start attacking immediately. So when you're attacking, you either see the ship or you can reveal it and then attack it that way. Or so you could like basically place it on the board. So I'm going to do a stock attack against this ship there. So this is my first action point. So this comes off the board. Now this is definitely something I would never do in the Explore motivation, but it makes some sense in the Warfare motivation. So that unidentified ship is now identified as... Whoa! Fantastic. As the Mer Logistique. Interesting. So the Mir Logistique comes in, and it says, what? Place 2 more ships. So already the Deadly Seas are playing some tricks on us. So we're going to place by normal rules. So ship placement, the first ship is going to get placed here, and then the second ship is going to get placed here. All right, and now we're doing an attack, and it's actually now a attack against the warship, which is good. In a way, it's attacking me with an attack of a 6. So I roll 2 dice. I rolled a 6. That's good. It does not do any damage to me. If I had rolled less than its attack, I would have had to take damage equal to the lower die. If I rolled a 1, if I rolled double 1s, everyone cries, and it's just really bad. And now I'm going to go do my attack. So I am going to spend crew, so that gives me a +3 modification. Remember, it's a non-torpedo attack, so that's +4 going in, and I need to beat its ship strength of an 8. So I'm rolling. I rolled Don't show off, Greg. So we got the 4 plus the 4. I did an 8, so I defeated this dude, and I'm going to put it in the South Atlantic. Now, since I defeated it, I do get 1 notoriety, and it goes here. Now, I'm going to continue with a stalk attack. Normally, you can only do this with like consecutive attacks with a bold attack. I'm doing it with a stalk attack. But since I'm doing a stalk attacks, I'm going to actually have to get a notoriety in between. So we're at 2 notoriety, and now I'm going to reveal this ship here. It is, I'm hoping for a non-warship, to be honest. It is the Napoleon the Third. Again, I'm doing a stalk attack. I'm going to be at +3, +4 with the strength and prow. I rolled a 4. Woof. And I guess they're doing stalk attack, so I actually was at a 9 because it was 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 4, so 9 works. And we managed to defeat this. It's only worth 1 point if I put it there. And again, I'm trying to save up to get the arcane library, so I'm just going to put this over in the salvage track. Now, since I did that, I can no longer do consecutive attacks because I put it in salvage. You can only do consecutive attacks if you keep putting them on the tonnage track. So that was my first action. My second action, I'm going to do another stalk attack for the last ship that is there. And remember, we got a third ship there because of the mere logistique. So the Deadly Sea is actually paying some dividends. And again, hoping for another non-war ship. Bam, here we go. It is the Rhone. Yeah, the Napoleon III didn't give me any notoriety for killing it. So I'm attacking it. I'm attacking it with a 3 plus 1 plus 1. So I'm coming in with a 5. I rolled a 6. Now, if I rolled 2 1s, I still would have lost, even though it only has a ship strength of a 7. I'm going to get 1 notoriety for defeating the Rhone because that's on the ship, and I'm putting this over here in salvage. I very much want to get myself the arcane library. And to the point, yeah, I wouldn't really mind a lull turn next turns if I actually rolled some doubles, so we'll see. Whew. Brass Birmingham. Oh, that's right. I forgot that at a solo mode. Yeah, I've been playing that a bit with a friend and very much enjoying that game. Mike James, another game I never pulled the trigger on. Hi all, hello Mike. It was a lot of fun, tons of strategy, interesting decisions. Silver Fear, how did you handle not having duplicate cards, playing 2 physical copies remotely like that? We didn't worry about it. Just 20 for him and 20 for me. Random. Oh, I guess you. Oh, so you played by. But you played with someone else by extension. Oh, I just saw an auto focus. Let me turn that off. Stop auto focusing. Sorry about that. That is a new thing that my that OBS is doing. It is insisting on always having autofocus on. And I don't like it. It makes people dizzy. The Brass series is becoming a top 20 game for me. I love my first game. Can't wait to play more. Excellent. So that was the end of the first turn. I am saving 1 action point, and we will go to turn number 2. All right, we have Nader. My countryman Nader was among the survivors. The renowned caricaturist, balloonist, and now photographer boarded the Nautilus, concerned with his possessions. He ventured with our adventurers before his daring escape. What? Okay. I have to play this immediately. I gain a notoriety, so I'm up to 4 notoriety. Keep this card as a reminder that each wonder is worth 1 bonus VP when scoring at the end of the game. Okay, that's good. I'm doing a placement phase now. I rolled a 1 and a 5. Excellent roll. That gives me 5 action points this turn. And now I'm going to place a ship in 1, and I'm going to place a unidentified ship in 5. I am going to do a refit action and try to get myself the arcane library. I just want to make sure that my searching and my insight rolls are maximum effective. So I'm spending 2 actions to do a refit. I'm going to risk this. So I'm risking crew. I'm trying to do 2 actions for a refit. I need to get a, well, yeah, I need to get a 7 or better, really. So I rolled a 7. That gives me a 10 with the modification up there from the crew resource that I expended. So I gain an upgrade. I'm going to spend these 2 ships that are on salvage and get myself the arcane library. My second action, I'm going to do a search action because I'm on an ocean that has a treasure. So I'm searching, I'm going to risk crew, so I'm +3 going in. I rolled a 10, so 10 plus the 3 is 13. That allows me to take this treasure token off the board, and I gain 2 treasures because of Eureka. That's right. We get a wonder, which is, it's worth 1 extra point. And we're going to get another wonder. I mean, I guess that works with Nadar, but I was hoping for non-wonders, to be honest with you. These are thoroughly shuffled in there, so it's not like I have the wonders on top. They would have been a lot more useful during the explore motivation, but I guess I could do a lot worse. And now, finally, I'm going to spend 1 action to do an incite action to try to place one of these incite cubes out and try to get my notoriety to stay lower, right? I really want to delay how long it takes me to get up to those extra blue ships. So I'm risking crew, so I'm at +3. I rolled a 7. So the 7 plus the 3 is a 10. We go to the incite action. I get to place 1 uprising cube, and we're going to lose 1 notoriety. Now, in the future, if I try to place another uprising cube there, it's going to be -1 because that cube's there. It'd also be -1 for every revealed ship. So it's -1 for every cube, -1 for every real ship, so it does get harder to put multiple cubes on the same location. With the warfare motivation, I don't mind having these cubes get taken off the board as much during lull turns, and we'll see how that works out. Because again, having ways to keep your notoriety artificially lower can be very, very helpful. So that was a good turn. We got the arcane library. We got a cube out. We got 2 treasures. Again, not the most helpful treasures, but they will have to do. And now I'm going to really want to get some of these other. Oh, some of these are great. Some of these are really good. Yeah, getting some treasures, which could help with the refit actions, would have been nice. But again, we should be able to make this work. Nemo cell batteries are going to be super easy to get, but I really like this electro. I like both of those a lot. But again, for every ship I put in salvage, it's means I have to defeat more ships to get them filled up here, right? So it is a thing. Oh, and by the way, when I was saying -3, I did a 7 plus 3. I actually had a 4 +4 because again I'm +1 to everything here. So just remembering again, that's why I got that, because if I had managed to roll an 8 plus the 4, I would have actually had -2 notoriety, not just the -1. So that is the end of this thing. I'm going to put this over here because that card is just going to be scored at the end of the game. At the end of the game, it's just going to pass. It's not. I don't want to try to keep this a little bit less cluttered. That's why I wanted to keep this space open instead of this space, notwithstanding the upgrades. All right, let's go to the next turn. We have at full steam, the Abraham Lincoln speed increased. Its masts trembled down to their blocks, and swirls of smoke could barely squeeze through the narrow funnels. After sinking a warship in the North or South Atlantic, we can pass at game's end, fail if unused. Honestly, it's 1 point if it ends up in the pass pile, because it's 2 minus the 1 because of the war motivation. We don't want adventure. We want blood, damn it. All right. Rolling 2 dice. A 1 and a 3. We get 2 action points. We're going to place a unidentified ship in 1. We're going to place an unidentified ship in 3. No obvious place to go. I mean, I could just try to put in a site cube there and kind of move into 6. Trying to think where the next batch of ships are that I'm going to want to kill. So I'm going to use 1 action to go there. Second action, I'm doing an incite action on +3 plus this, so on +4. I rolled a 2. Ooh. If you lose, I'd have to lose the resource I risked and then lose another resource. No, I'm sorry. I'd have to no effect and +2 notoriety. But I have to lose the crew. But if you fail on a 2, isn't there is that just an adventure rolls? I thought there was like something different if you fail on a 2. That could just be for attacks. Yeah, I don't know if I want to use one of these rerolls now. Perilous phases, adventure. Like I is this? Oh god, I hate these two rulebooks. I really don't like how they set the rulebooks up in this game. I find them not intuitive, and they lack an index, which makes me even more angry. Dice rolls, differential roll, die roll modifier, pass, fail, event, keep event, test events, resolving tests. You automatically suffer the worst one. All right, yeah, I just suffer the worst. Even though I roll the snake eyes, I automatically suffer that, even though it becomes a 3 here. That's the difference. So I technically rolled a 2, but the dice roll modification becomes a 3. But because I rolled a 2, I have to suffer the worst effects. So I don't add a cube. I do lose the crew that I risked, and then I get 2 notoriety as well. So not a great roll. Hopefully we get some of those things out of our system. We're going to go to the next event card. Bam! The Aurora Australis. Few have seen the Southern Lights. Funny. The Aurora Australis, we sailed from Madagascar past Prince Edward Island near Antarctica. We joined those few. Ned recalled a whaling story, but Count Seal and I, dazzled, paid scant attention. The Nautilus begins the action phase in Cape Horn. Oh, of course Nope, I didn't. I'm in the Cape of Good Hope. Then we get to put this in the pass pile. At game's end, fail if unused. Rolling these, I rolled doubles. It's a lull turn, people. So with a lull turn, we are going to add a treasure to that deck. And we're going to add, because it's a double 5, we would add another treasure here, but that's full. So we could add one into the adjacent oceans. They both still have treasure, so we just waste that. And now we just place 2 more ships. So we're going to place one here because it's adjacent to 5, and one here because it's adjacent to 5. So on a lull turn, I can do an adventure action. Why not? So I'm going to do an adventure action. I spend this 1 action point, and I'm going to take this card. Now, if I choose to carry out this adventure card, I get 2 treasures because there are 2 treasure tokens on top of it. Let's make this happen. The SSS City of Boston. Now, again, venture actions normally cost 2 actions. In a non-lull turn, a lull turn, they cost 1. But again, you can see the power of having Nemo cell batteries. Do a lull turn, you automatically gain an action point, because again I roll 2 5s. I'm not gaining any action points otherwise, so it's a thing. If there were ships and stuff on the board, we would have to roll for the cubes, but since there's only 1 cube, there's no ships there, we're good. All right. When this SS City Boston disappeared, the press legitimized rumors of its demise with titillating headlines. They ascribed the disaster to the sea monster we pursued. What the heck? They ascribed the disaster to the sea monster we pursued, to far more likely natural hazards, and even to a villainous dynamite fiend. Okay, so I'm going to risk Nemo and crew because I can. So I'm +6 going in. I rolled a 5. 5 plus 6 gets me to 11. Don't show off, Greg. Exactly what I needed. Since I passed, I can lose notoriety. So 2d3. So that's a weird mechanic in this game. So I rolled that. So this is a D3. I rolled a 2, so that counts for 1. This is a D3. I rolled a 4, so that counts for 2. So I can lose 3 notoriety. I go from 5 down to 2, and this goes in the pass section. Now it has a point there. It's going to be worth 0 effectively because of the warfare motivation. So now I did the top card of the adventure deck. I get 2 treasure tokens because there were 2 treasures on top of it. Those are not the treasure tokens in that bag, Greg. And now the problem is I only have one. I have 0 action points that I'm carrying over to the next round. All right, I can just discard this to draw 4 more treasure tokens. Select 1, return the other 3. So I'm going to do that right away. And I still have 1 more treasure token coming. So 1, 2. I'm going to keep this one. The other 3 go back, and now I can trash this one to draw 2 treasure tokens. I'm really hoping for dice roll modifications. I'm hoping for extra Nemo, or I'm hoping for wonders. Where were you wonders when I was playing all the explore stuff? All right, 3 points, 1 wonder, and now I still have another treasure coming. You know it's going to be like the +3 notoriety, because that's how I roll. It's 4 points for that treasure. Excellent. That is the end of that round. Let's go to the next card. What do we get? The War Office Act. The British government declared a secret war against the Nautilus. No matter their troubles in Ireland, Britannia still ruled the waves and would not watch the sun set on its empire. The gauntlet was thrown down. Gain 1 notoriety and keep this card as a reminder. I hate these cards because it gives you more to think about, and I'm going to forget, and it's going to be super annoying. For the rest of the game, all British ships tokens entering play automatically do so, showing their purple or gray sides, even if the gray side of the white British ship is not British. Fail at game's end. So this is a reminder. I'm going to just put this over there. Placement phase. I rolled a 1 and a 4. Excellent. That gives me 3 action points. We're going to put a ship here and a ship here. With my 3 action points, I'm going to try to do an incite action with the first one. So I'm doing this. I'm at +4. I rolled a 4. 4 plus 4, so it gets 3 plus the 1 is an 8. That's apathy, people. Nothing happens, no effect. And I'm pot committed here. We're gonna make this happen eventually. There we go. I rolled a 12. I can place a cube, and -2 notoriety gets me down to 1 notoriety. Checking the comments. I bought Nemo's more after watching your playthroughs a month ago. I'm scared to get it to the table, just not sure of all the rules yet, so again, interested in watching this gameplay. Just dive in, it's awesome! I wonder how you got those wonders. Great turn, ominous with good rolls early. Says Silver. Which career path mode did he take? Tony says playing this game myself now as well, using Humanist into Act 2. Awesome. Silver Fear, I'm always too scared to buy a second upgrade card before the game starts. Starting resources that low makes me nervous. Looks like it'll be helpful for you though today. IDJ, so yeah, war modification. Yeah, that figures there's like just warfare. I think it's just combat rule. Nice. I think Silver Fear, I think you were talking about when I rolled a 2. Yeah, there is like a thing. I just had to do the worst result. I just don't I don't think dice roll, actually that wasn't even a interesting. Let me check this out real quick, because I did that as if I was doing an adventure card, but I wasn't. Incite, because I don't think it modifies up to a 3, but if it does, then I just get +1 notoriety to the +2. Incite. Oh, great. So I actually should have 1 less notoriety, because you're right. It was the you get the worst result possible. Well, that's weird. Resolving tests. Test procedure. Now, a natural test of a 2 always fails regardless of modifications. And for actions, yes, inside I get the worst results. So I get the 2 thing. That's on page 12, resolving tests. Yeah, this book drives me nuts, man. It's very bad. It's really, really bad. Like, I know what they were going for. I don't think they executed it well. But so I did 2 inside actions. I had 3 action points total. I'm going to save the 1 for next round. Let's go to the next event. All right, gas turbines. Nautilus receives 1 free move action each action phase. This could also be very good. So play, immediately add this adventure card available Nautilus upgrade cards. Captain Nemo placed the ice on a tray and ignited it. We observed its steady blue flame in awe. He explained curtly, "Methane, trapped in the frozen water. I leave its mysteries to your care and seek only to exploit its energy for the Nautilus." It's also a very nice upgrade. The problem is I'm not going to have the salvage to get all of these, and I do think that these two with the warfare motivation are going to be a lot more important. And we'll see. All right, placement. A 5 and a 6. 1 action point. That's a garbage roll. The 5, we're going to have to reveal a ship. I can reveal a ship either in the European seas or in the Indian seas, Indian Ocean. I'm going to want to do it in the Indian Ocean. It is a British ship. And what do we know about British ships? Well, they flip over to the gray side. So now that's a warfare ship. I'm going to have to deal with that guy. And then with the 6, I'm going to add a unidentified ship there. The free move action could be nice. All right, so I'm going to spend 1 action point to go here. And I don't want to be there with a warship revealed, so I'm going to spend another action point and not save one to attack this dude. So it's going to be a stalk attack, because why the heck not? And it's attacking me first. Now its attack value is a 6, so I got to roll 2 dice. I rolled an 11. It doesn't do any damage to me. Now I'm going to exert this for 3, so I'm +3 +4. And the stalk attack makes this a +5 going in. I need to get to a 10. I rolled an 8, so that's 13. So this dude is dead. It is a warship. I'm going to put it over here in the Indian Ocean. I'm going to get 1 notoriety for that, and I'm going to continue on with some stalk attacks. So that's going to go up because I'm doing the periscope device between stalk attack. I can't do consecutive, but I do have to get a +1 notoriety for doing that. And let's reveal this ship now. Revealing ships again is normally a bad idea, but not for warfare. You need to be very, very aggressive to get all the ships killed that you need to kill, especially with all of the extra upgrades that I like. The Hannah More. It's a British ship. It flips over. Of course it does. So it's attacking me. It's got an attack value of a 7. I rolled a 4. So since I rolled less than a 7, it will do damage to me. So I'm going to take the lower die, and I'm going to do a one random damage to me. Please do not roll a 2 or a 3. I rolled a 2, of course, so I lose 1 crew. Next lull turn, I'm definitely going to want to get my crew back up. I'm now doing an attack. I'm going to exert Nemo. So I'm +3, I'm +1, so I'm +4, +5 because of the stalk action. I rolled a 5. So 5 + 5 gets me exactly the 10 I needed. This dude's dead, and we're going to continue on. I get 1 notoriety for killing that ship, +1 because I'm going to do a consecutive stalk action. And let's reveal this ship. I'm looking for a non-warship that I can put in my salvage, maybe. No! And it's a British ship! Guess what? It flips over. I really hate that event, man. I just think it's so garbage. And just very frustrating. Alright, it's attacking me. Its attack value is a 9. A very reasonable 9. I rolled a 12. That was never a better time for a 12, for sure. I'm risking Nemo. I'm +1, +2, I need to get a 5 or better. I rolled a 4. That's garbage. I'm going to exhaust Ned Land. I'm sorry, dude. You've got to go, because I'm not taking this damage and having to fight the ship again. So I get +1 DRM. So it's 4 + 1 is 5, +1 is 6, +3 +1. So I got the 10. I take a notoriety for killing Ned. I take 2 more notoriety for killing the ship, and it's another warship. So maybe we don't get this. Maybe we don't get these upgrades. I'm going to put all these upgrades up here, actually, because I'm not using this scoring track anyway. But if I had that electro-powered crew armor, that could have been actually very good, because it's an automatic +1. Well, I wasn't doing a bolt attack anyway. I was doing stalk. So it is what it is. This comes back. Thank you, Ned, for your sacrifice for the team. I have no action points left. And we, we got 3 ships killed in the Indian Ocean that are all warships. All British. See, this one's a British ship, but then it flipped over to a non-British ship. So the white ships don't always stay British when you flip them over, but I had to flip them over anyway because of the War Office Act. Why do the Brits hate me? I'm a nice dude. All right, let's move on. We're gonna take the next action card. We're in Act 2. I was admiring the magnificent aspect of the ocean when Captain Nemo appeared. He did not seem to be aware of my presence and began a series of astronomical observations. Then, when he finished, he went and leant on the cage of the watchlight and gazed abstractedly on the ocean. Add the dark yellow things. So there's one more Deadly Seas token, and the dark yellow ships are going to go into the ship bag. And from now on, we're going to roll 2 white dice and 1 black die in the placement phase. This comes out, we immediately go to the next event. What do we get? The Plesiosaurus's graveyard. When the Nautilus is on the Pacific coast without a revealed ship token present, spend 1 action point, gain a notoriety to pass. Maybe. I'm not too enamored with either of these, but I'll keep this. I'll just keep these over here. Yeah, so if I can get into the Pacific coast or into Cape Horn, let me start using some reminder tokens. So Pacific coast, there's something there. And Cape Horn, there's something there. We're doing placement phase. I'm rolling 3 dice now. And what do we get? Oh my gosh, these 1 action point a turn is not going to cut it, people. So I rolled a 5, 6, 6. Fortunately, these are totally empty, so we're just going to put 3 things there. I do not want to be here for long. I'm tempted to kill my chief engineer to get some action points. This is bad. But if I kill him, then I'm going to lose his irresponsible thing. And there's no treasures on the adventure deck, so doing a free adventure action now is probably silly. That's it. I'm just going to save that 1 action point and hope I roll better next turn. I really want more action points to do. I want to do some insight actions, do a search action. I want to do some stuff. So we'll save the 1 and we shall move on. Next turn. The family reunion is nigh. Here we go, people. We have Captain Nemo had a son. It was palpable that all aboard the Nautilus wished for it to be true. Captain and crew interviewed Mr. Dakar with compassion, and henceforth this changed the very tenor of our voyage. I'm testing 10. I'm going to expand Nemo for +3, expanding crew for +2. I need a 5 or more. I rolled a 9. That worked. Now we're going to get the pass, put this in the pass pile, and receive the Nadim Dakar character. Get these up here. And we're going to get 3 characteristic tokens. So there are 9 over here. I'm just going to roll a d10 because to keep them random. All right. What do we get? First one is a 10. Not helpful. There's only 9 kids. That's also a 10. Not helpful. A 1. Other side of the spectrum, we get... I can discard this for a free reroll. That's a very strong ability like that. Rolling the D... Oh, there's only 8 left. I don't know what that was. We'll go to the D8. I rolled a 2. We'll take this. I can discard this for a free adventure roll or action, and now I'm going to roll the D8 again. I get a 6. This is garbage. It's basically 2 points because it is an adventure card scoring symbol, but again, adventure card scoring symbols are -1 in Warfare, so not the greatest things there. We now go to placement phase. 3 dice. Oh, man, just 1 action point. That's all I get. That's all I'm allowed. So I get a 3. I'm going to put a ship there. I get a 4. I'm going to put another ship here. And then with the other 4, I'm actually going to reveal the ship in the Cape Horn because I want to go there eventually anyway. It is a British ship. It flips over. They're all British ships. It's so annoying. If I mentioned how much I don't like that mechanic. All right, we're going to spend an action point doing a sight action. So I'm going to risk Nemo, so I'm +3, +1 because of the Arcane Library. That's a 10. With the 10, I'm placing this token, and I lose a notoriety. Man, I'll save another action point. I mean, hopefully I get a better differential. My differentials have been way terrible. All right, what's going on? We have, oh, British variant. Yikes, makes sense with war though. Get more warships on the board. Yep, he has the difficulty cranked up. Says Tony Montone. Except the notoriety difficulty, the extra ships are on the normal spaces. Mike James with Greg on the water. No one is going to get their Kickstarter deliveries. And Jaron Rogers with a $10 donation to the channel. Thank you very much. I do appreciate all the support I can get. Keep up the good work. Love this game. That is very much appreciated, sir. Hope the Space Empire Sorex sheets are serving you well as well. All right, that is that. I want more actions. And I don't want to kill my second. I mean, I'm tempted to kill my second. Well, I can. Ugh. Killing either of these is bad because I need their little attributes here to reveal one random upgrade. There isn't an. Oh, I should have done that before gas turbines came out. All right, rough. All right, let's get to the next. I said all right like 7 times in about a minute there. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Cape Horn, the wind, waves, currents, and icebergs swirling forever west to east without land to stop them. Ned's explanation paused and his brow furrowed in thought. It's a bad place. Okay, I cannot exert any resource. I'm testing. I need to roll 7 or better. I rolled an 8. Excellent. So I can lose a hull, and I gain 1 Nemo or 1 crew. I would like a crew, please, to get another modifier of a 3, and this goes in the pass pile. Going to the placement phase, rolling these 3 dice. Oh my gosh. It's a lull turn. All right. This goes here. Now in a lull turn, we do not place for the black die. So we're just placing for the 2 white dice. But that means I need to flip some of these into revealed ships. So I'm going to reveal a ship up in the North Atlantic because it's connected to 4. It's British! That goes there. And I'll reveal a ship in the South Atlantic as well. It's British! That goes there. It's British and worth no points. I mean, I'm so tilted. I mean, it's worth 2 if I kill it eventually, but it's really bad. And now I also very much wish I had the Nemo cell batteries so I can get an action point, but I don't. So what am I going to do? I'm going to discard the Chief and Engineer for a free adventure action. Out. What is this? Journey to the center of the earth. By fortune's mercy, we returned to the Nautilus, scowling as we boarded. A disheveled Ned glared at Captain Nemo and rumbled sotto voce, Lieutenant Kuhn's idea of a happy adventure. You may fail this card at any time during the action phase to draw the top card of the action deck for free, which you then must perform. You may do this repeatedly until you're instructed to keep that card, or before drawing you wish to stop. At game's end, pass up unused. I will most likely just not use that because, points. Because especially since my wonders are worth more, there was a treasure on top of that, so I'll take a treasure token. Please do not troll me. I can discard this for an action or keep for the treasure, which is 2 points there. I'm tempted to try to rest up my crew as well, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm gonna spend this action again. Resting normally costs 2, and a lull turn it costs 1, and I'm going to exert Nemo to try to upgrade my crew a little bit here. I will not exert a treasure, and I'm just gonna hope for a good roll. I rolled a 6 plus 3 is a 9. That's success. This comes back, and I get another crew. All right, no action points left. We're gonna go to the next event card. A runaway reef. The year 1866 was marked by a bizarre development, an unexplained and inexplicable phenomenon that surely no one has forgotten. I'm testing 7. I'm going to exert Nemo, so I am +3. I rolled a 4. Just banking it right on the nose. I pass and I get -2 notoriety. And this goes in the pass pile. So nothing in the fail pile, which is super interesting. We go to the placement phase. Excellent. I get 3 action points, and now I'm placing for 3 dice. The 2 puts a die there. The 4, I have to reveal a ship. Now, I'm trying not to get multiple warships in the same location because that makes life a lot harder. So I'm using the 4 to reveal the ship here in the Cape of Good Hope. It's Japanese, so not British, but it is a warship. And then with the 5, I'm going to reveal a ship up in the European seas, I think. Sounds good. It's British! Are all the merchant ships British? Because that's going to be a long day. All right. I am now going to spend my first action point to try to do an incite action. So I'm going to risk that. I'm at +4, -1 because I already have a cube there. So that is 8, 12, -1, so it's an 11. So I place a second cube and -1 notoriety there. Oh, shoot. The last turn was a lull turn, and I should have done this as well because I had this cube here. There was no ship here. I just put that down for sure, but there was a ship here, so I have to roll a die, and if I roll a 1, I have to take that cube off the board. I rolled a 6. Excellent. Very bad at forgetting that, and that's hopefully I will start to remember. All right, now I'm going to do a search action because I really do want to get some more helpful treasures. So I'm going to spend 1 action point to do a search in the Indian Ocean. I'm exerting crew, so I'm at +4. I rolled a I rolled a 2. I lose a crew. No, I lose a crew, another crew in a hole. Heck no. All right, I'm going to get rid of Nadim Dakar's little free reroll here. And I'm going to re-roll that. I rolled a 3. So that's a 7. Because it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so what's 7 get me? It gives me 1 treasure, but +1 notoriety. Yeah, I think that was a good use of the reroll. Yeah, if you get a 2 with the, you have to do the worst if you get a 2. So it'd have been lose a crew, lose a hull, lose another crew because I exerted the crew. That would have been all sorts of bad, and I would have been very upset. All right, another garbage treasure, just 2 points. They'll get better, maybe, hopefully. I have 1 action left. I'm going to save it, and hopefully we can start killing some ships over here in the Western Pacific. All right, get it down here. I got some ideas. So let's make the magic happen. Next thing, oh, we're already in Act 3. Act 2 is very short in warfare. So we can change Nemo's motive. I don't want to do that. We can add the orange ships to the bag. Or select a Nautilus upgrade for purchase. So I think that allows me to look through here and get another thing out. Steam torpedoes. I'm just not realistically. I just can't afford any of these anyway. So I don't think it's gonna matter. But I can select another one for purchase, and I think I can do that even if it's full. The rules are really, unfortunately. I mean, it just should be on the card, right? Like it. That's just me. The Nautilus went at a frightful pace, 40 miles an hour. It literally tore through the water. Where was Captain Nemo? Had he succumbed? Were his companions dead with him? Motivation change. Adventure, move, combat, emergency help, how the game ends. I mean, why would it be? Motor ship. You may change on the stern. Note the crew. I don't know if I can add a thing or not. I think I can. I think I add it. I mean, someone can let me know. I mean, ultimately, I'm not going to be able to afford it anyway. It wouldn't be my first purchase, and I have nothing in salvage, and unlikely to take much in salvage because all the British ships are warships, and again, all the warships are points. So it's a thing. So I added the orange, and we continue. So we're actually adding another white die. So placement is going to be a little crazier, but we will have more options, so hopefully I'll get a lot more action points. The next card, the second officer, keep, fail, and +1 notoriety to recollect one retained treasure token from the discard treasures area at the end of the game. Pass to the second officer is not sacrificed, otherwise fail. Excellent. We'll just put him over there. Probably not going to use him either. I'm doing placements. I'm rolling 3 white dice and a black die. And I rolled a 1, 2, 3, 3. So I get 2 action points. So I'm going to choose a 1 and a 3 and use that differential, but I do have to place for all 4 dice. So with the 1, I'm going to place a unidentified ship in the Central Pacific. With the 2, I'm going to place an unidentified ship in the Western Pacific. With the 3, 3, I'm going to place a ship in the Arctic Ocean. It's American. Excellent. That's going to go there. And we're going to place a ship here. Now that is, I can't travel between that, but it is still connected because of that dotted line. And so it is adjacent for the purposes of ship placement. And what do we get? It's another American ship that will go here. Now, when you kill ships in these tweener areas, I can choose an adjacent major ocean for the purposes of putting things on the tonnage track, which is good. All right, my 2 action points. I'm going to spend 1 point to go there, and I think I want to kill some ships. They're all unrevealed, but at this point, things are getting crowded, and I need to start filling the tonnage track, and it is what it is. So I'm going to spend my next action to do consecutive stalk attacks. So we're going to attack this ship first, and I won't take it up again. If I pull a deadly seize, it doesn't actually come off the board anyway. It's British. Man, so instead of 4 points, I'm going to get a warship, and it's going to be worth 2 points when it's there, but it's just like I'm getting killed on points by this crap. It's attacking me with an attack value of a 6. I rolled a 4, so it does 1 random damage to me. I rolled a 3, so we lose a crew. Now I'm attacking it. I need a 9. I'm going to exert crew, so that's 3, 4. Stalk attack, so that's 5. I rolled a 5, so that gets me up to 10, so that kills that. I'm going to put that over here in the Western Pacific. I'm going to take no notoriety for that because there's none there, but since I'm doing consecutive stalk attacks, which they can because of my periscope device, I'm going to take 1 notoriety for that. Let's reveal the next ship. Again, it's all 1 action on these consecutive attacks because of the periscope device. Not British, and it's a slaver, and it's not a warship, so it's not attacking me, and I think I might actually just throw this sucker in salvage, because again, I'm going to need all the help I can get as these really nasty ships come out a little bit later. So again, it doesn't attack me, I'm attacking it, I'm going in, same math, I'm +5, so I don't think I can fail this, but if I rolled a 2, I would. So that killed this, no notoriety gain, but it gives me a crew immediately, which I'll take, and I'm actually going to put this over here in salvage. I have 1 action point left. I'm going to save that. We'll kill some ships there next turn. And I like the idea of taking these non-British ships and just throwing them at the salvage. I do... Reinforced armor could be good. There's definitely some things that could be good to get there. Actually, do I want to steam torpedoes? There's also a war room. Yeah, the sucker's worth no points, so putting it there is kind of silly. It just is what it is. So I'm going to end my turn there. And yeah, I want to probably be there for a little bit because I want to get some more insight cubes out. I haven't had a lull turn since I did that, so I'm on top of my uprising cube rolls, and I think we're good. Oh wow, trips! We have a friend. I'm going to report this. That is pornography. Please go away. Excellent. I guess it's not pornography. I mean, it probably is, but at minimum, it's spam. So we're reporting this. This is unwanted commercial content. Upgrade rules are vague. I hate it. It's the most confusing part of the game. Yes. Among many confusing parts, that is indeed the most confusing. What do we get? All right, the Chinese treasure fleet. Interesting. M. Aronnax, a century before Europe's age of exploration, the Ming Emperor achieved with the voyages of his great treasure fleet. Suzerainty. China was a preeminent naval power, and I'm charting their routes to the south and west of China. Such a treasure available token in each of the Western Pacific and Indian Oceans. Though the Western Pacific has got one full, so we're going to just move one to an adjacent ocean. I'll just put it there. Makes some sense. And then one in the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean, Western Pacific. Indian Ocean. Indian Oceans was empty, so I'll put that there. If the Nautilus is in or in a single move away from either of these oceans, I pass and collect one treasure. Otherwise, I would have failed and gained a Nemo or a crew. I don't mind taking a treasure. I am still hoping there's some dice roll modifications in here. There's extra actions. There's a lot of things that can be helpful. So we'll see. I trash this and gain 2 treasure tokens instead. So more opportunities to get something good. I can discard that for an action. Don't mind that. Or and then the second one is just 1 stupid point. Not great. All right, rolling these 4 dice. Hey, I have the difference between 3 and 6 is 3, so I'm going to take those 2 as for that purpose. The 1, I'm going to place a ship there. The 3, I have to reveal a ship somewhere, so I'm going to reveal a ship in 3. I think makes some sense. It is a non-warship. It is not British, so it stays that way. So the 3 is done. The 5 is going to make me reveal a ship somewhere. I'm going to reveal a ship in the Indian Ocean. It's British, so it flips. Hey, it actually has some points on the other side. And then the 6, I'm going to have to put a unrevealed ship in an adjacent ocean. I will put that over there. All right. Yeah, let's kill some ships. So I'm going to do consecutive stock actions. Fairly good on notoriety, and I have a lot of opportunity to place cubes there, so I feel like I'm good with doing this. So I'm going to spend my first action to attack this ship. So I have to reveal a ship. It is British. Goes to the purple side. Excellent. It's attacking me with an attack value of a 10. This isn't going to go well. I rolled a 5 and a 6. Woo! All right, that's good. So I'm going to exert crew. I'm attacking with 3 plus 1 plus 1. So I'm attacking with a 5 going in. I only need a 9, and I rolled a showing off, man. I only needed a 4, and I got a 12. So this sucker is dead. I'm going to put that over there. I take 2 notoriety for that, plus 1, and let's go to the next ship in line. Pulling a ship. Again, it's all one action, thanks to the periscope device. We had this, not British. It is a warship. It is going to attack me. I rolled a 4. Its attack value is a 7. So I'm going to take 1 damage to a random resource. This can go back here. I rolled a 6, so I lose 1 hull. Now we're going forward with my attack. I'm going to exert crew. So I'm plus 3, plus 4, plus 1. I need a 5 or better. I rolled a 6. This sucker's dead. 1 notoriety for that, plus 1 because I'm attacking another ship. We go down here. What do we get? It's another. I mean, I'm pulling all the warships. It is not British. This comes out. It's attacking me. Its attack value is a 7. I rolled an 8. No damage to me. I'm exerting crew. I need to get to a 10. Ooh, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm one shy. I'm one shy. Doesn't make sense for a reroll. I can bring him back. Oh. Yeesh. I'm going to kill off Professor Aronix, which gives me a notoriety. That's plus 2 DRM. I've killed this thing. I'm going to put it over here. And since I killed it, I get another notoriety. So I'm very close to that Deadly Seas. I'm going to stop my attacks now because I do not want to have the blue ships join just yet. All right, so I did 3 attacks. I killed 3 warships. We're loading up the tonnage track over here, and I have 3 action points left. I want to get that notoriety down. So I'm going to spend an action point. I'm exerting this. I'm at plus 4, and I'm going to try to put some of these cubes out. I rolled an 11, so that's 15 total. This comes back. This goes on the board, and minus 2 notoriety, so back down to 11. I'm going to use one more action point to try to get this treasure. Why not? So I'm plus 3. I'm plus 4 because of Arcane Library. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's going to allow me to take this off the board and get myself a treasure. Because I like treasure. Who doesn't like treasure, people? It's a beautiful thing. Now, if I can stay there long enough and finish off the Western Pacific on this tonnage track, it's not necessarily the worst case scenario. I can use these ships to start filling up the North Atlantic. And that's another garbage treasure of just 2 points. Woo! All right, seeing nothing in the chat, we're gonna go to the next thing. Hold on, that's the Western Pacific. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Right now, Pacific Coast, Cape Horn. It's good. Actually, gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. And we're back. Tony, how are you doing in your game as Silver Fear? I would like to know that too. Tony, how are you doing in your game? These are important questions. All right, next card up. It is the crisis of confidence. In the tense silence as the crew awaited their captain's decision, Nemo hesitated. The first officer at last said, "Captain." Nemo pointed upwards for silence. Then, after a stern, lingering look around the bridge, he swiftly left us without a word. Fail and count the total number of ship resources. Resource spaces, their markers are below the maximum. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw that many cards, or all, if few were available, unseen from the adventure deck, and place them in the box. Afterward, lose one Nemo, or one crew. I hate all of that, so I will lose a crew, because I don't seem to have a good way to get Nemo back. Yikes. So that's out, and I have to take 8 cards off my first fail card. 8 cards off the adventure deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With some motivations, I can see that mattering. This one, I don't really care. I mean, it's all randomness. All right, we're doing our placement roll. So rolling 4 dice. We got a 4, 5, 5, 6. So the differential between the 4 and 6 is 2. The 4 I'm going to place. I'm going to reveal another ship down here in the South Atlantic. It's British, because of course it is. It goes there. So that's the 4. 5, 5. I'm going to reveal a ship in the European. Nope. I'm going to reveal a ship. Oh, I hate all of this. I'm going to reveal a ship in the Indian Ocean with the first 5. Yeah, that just makes sense. Not British. It is an orange ship. I'm going to reveal a ship in the North Atlantic with the second 5. It is Bellacuse, not British. And then with the 6, I'm going to place an unrevealed ship here. I'm going to discard the physician's thing, to return 1 sacrifice character back to play. Let me get back Professor Ironax. And because I did that, that does also mean I have to gain a notoriety. I have 3 action points. Oh, I mean, I might go. Or was that 1? I gained 2. Yeah. I would like to. I really want to get that notoriety down. So I'm going to do this 1 action point. I'm exerting crew. And I'm trying to do an incite action. So I'm at +4, -1 because of that. So I'm actually at +3. I rolled a 7, so that gets me to 10. So I can place a cube and -1 notoriety. Yeah, I think those blue ships are getting added. I don't think there's much I can do about it. I have a bunch of DRMs. I have a reroll. Just +1 for action. I can get more actions that way. Let me put the retains down near the bottom so I don't forget. Put the wonders up near the top. And these are all just points. Pretty garbage assortment of treasures, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I keep going back to that well. I'm like, oh, there's so many good ones in there. All right. I'm gonna do a stock. Just do I bold? Do I bold it? Nah. I mean, everything's turning over to warfare, so it's like, and the warfare armor values tend to be higher. But I got a lot of the oranges out. I'm gonna do bold. I'm gonna try to prevent Because I can do consecutive bold. I'm going to try to prevent getting to that blue. Sure, that's one. That's one. Whatever. So I'm doing a bold attack on this. For 6. This is my second action, right? Yeah, because I had 4. Yeah, I had the 4 and I was at 3. I spent 1 action on the in sight, and now I'm doing an action here. So I'm going to reveal a ship token. It is British, so it flips over. Wolf. I pulled another orange. Like, how? How am I doing this? It's the same amount of points, so it's not that much worse, but it's, I wish I wasn't bold right now. So it's attacking me with a 10. This could be super bad. I rolled a 6. Oh, that's super bad. So it's doing 3 damage to me, so I have to take 3 random hits. I rolled a 3, so that's 1 crew gun. I rolled a 2, that's another crew gun. Oh, and I rolled a 5, that's 1 hull. Oh man, I need a low turn. Restart recovering. Now I'm attacking. I'm using Nemo, so I'm 3 plus 1, 4. So I need a 6 or better. I rolled an 8. This dude's dead. I'm going to put it over here in the Western Pacific. I'm going to, oh, I take 2 notoriety, and now I'm going to attack the next ship in order. And since I'm doing bold attacks, I don't have to worry about the extra +1 notoriety. But I think we're hitting that deadly seas no matter what I do. Or the blue ship tokens. Give me something good. It's American. It's not attacking me, which is good. I'm attacking it. I'm 3 plus 1, so I need a 6 or higher. I rolled an 8. We killed this. That, I'm going to put that there. So I filled up the Western Pacific. I get 2 notoriety for that. So 1 and 2. This gets added to the bag. But 1/6 of our tonnage track is where we want it. I mean, looking at this, I can get these 6 ships to get the North Atlantic. Obviously, my crew being down there is super problematic. I have a bunch of dice roll modifiers still, but not loving where I'm at. But I would like to, if I could fill this tonnage track, we still have a chance of getting a good game out of this, but having to keep exerting Nemo just to get the +3 with my crew being so low is a little bit precarious. So we go to the next event. I'm going to save this 1 action point. And what do we get? Attack of the giant squid. Of course we get attacked by a giant squid. Ooh. Ooh. Failing is bad. So I'm probably going to dump a lot of DRM into this. If I fail, I have to lose 2 crew or 2 hull or 1 of each. No, thank you. Just as we were crowding each other to reach the platform, 2 more arms lashed the air, swooped on the seamen stationed in front of Captain Nemo, and carried the fellow away with irresistible violence. I can exert crew, so that's +2. I can exert hull, that's +1. I need a 7 or higher. I rolled a 9, so rolling good. And this is done. So we pass. We get 2 more treasures. Give me something that gives crew, please. I just want crew. I love my crew. I miss them. They're all dying. What is this? +1 for 1 free. Discard for 1 free adventure action. There's, again, no treasures on the adventure deck. There's not much point to that. And we get another treasure again because of that. It's another wonder. So tons of wonders, and the wonders are not a lot of points. But the fact that we have Nadar makes 1 VP each before the multiplication. So, you know, there's some. I think that's how the math works. Again, the scoring. Silver Fear is like, the worst part of the game is the upgrades. I'm like, the worst part of the rules are the scoring. It's ridiculous. But that's just me. All right, what have I done? Dear God, what have I done? Oh, that was just the event. Great. I know where I'm at. Who am I? Who's doing this? All right, now I'm rolling 4 dice. A 2, 2, 4, 3. Not a terrible roll. So I'm going to take the 2 and the 4. That gives me 2 actions. Yeah, I might as well do that too. It's points. 2 and a 4 for differential reasons. Now, with the first 2, I'm placing an unrevealed ship here. With the second 2, I'm placing a ship there. With the with the 3, I'm going to reveal a ship in with the 5s. It's not British. It is another warship. So many warships. And with the 4, I'm going to reveal a ship in the South Atlantic. It's not British. It's another warship. So we're getting all the yellow ships, apparently. I think I try to lie about this and this. This is getting uglier. If I start, I could pass that, make sure I do that. There's no great way to the Pacific coast, which I don't love. All right, I'm going to kill off the chief engineer to get 2 more action points. I could save him for a second. I'm going to use these 2 retain tokens to get 2 action points. They turned 4 points into 2 actions. Because again, there was 2 treasures that were 2 each, or I could just X them for 1 action point each. I'm going to use 1 to move here. I'm going to do another action to do a stalk attack on that ship there. I'm +5 going in with the 3 plus the 1 plus the 1. I've defeated it. This goes back. I get 1 notoriety, and I'm going to put this in the North Atlantic. Sorry about that little earthquake. North Atlantic spot. I'm going to use another action point to go here. And do another action point to try to kill this dude. Stalk attack. Coming in at a +5. That's a 7. We've killed this dude. I'm going to put this. That's also adjacent. Putting this in the North Atlantic. Again, they're not warships, but still going to be 5 points in helping me fill this tonnage track. So that was 4 actions. I'm going to spend 1 more action to do this. Oh, I get 2 more notoriety for that. 1, 2 because of that. And then I'm going to spend 1 more action point to get down to 0 to do this. When you're in the Pacific coast, which I am now, without a revealed ship present, spend an action point. I gain another notoriety, but then this passes. And then again, that is going to be a nice amount of points for me at game. Man, the only thing is it puts me pretty far from there. Oops, did I discard the wrong one? X for 1 action. X for 1 action. This is X for a free adventure. Yeah, I crossed out the wrong one. So that's not a. Remember with the Explorer thing, we pretty much had the thing where we could move twice in a row. So here, I think I try to go here, fill up the North Atlantic tonnage track, hang out in the European seas a little bit. I'll have spots to put uprising tokens, and then I can kind of swing back around here Eastern Pacific obviously is going to be the biggest issue I'm not making any progress on. Like nothing's revealed there at all. All right, is what it is. We go to the next chapter. I mean, there's 36 things I want to fill in, and right now I've filled in 12 of them. So, like, I'm a third of the way there, which I don't feel amazing about, especially with my crew resource being so shot, but hopefully things start working around. So, 2 decks of cards. Secured with the weapons were the most valuable boxes of board, each containing a deck of playing cards, one for the crew and one for the officers. Access required an oath before borrowing them, with penalties for their return, worse for wear. Pass and gain 1 crew. That's nice. Shuffle the adventure deck. This only matters if I know what the top adventure card is. I'm not shuffling the adventure deck. I'm drawing a random card from it without resolving the card in any way. I'm just putting it in the pass pile. So great. It gives me extra points there. And if I pass that, I lose a crew. Yeah, that's great. That was a great card to just go away. So pass, and then that comes over. So basically, it just gives me an extra science point, which is going to be worth 3 points at the end of the game. All right, we're going to placement. I would like low numbers. All right, 2 and a 6. That's a nice differential of 4. So with the 2 2s, I'm going to use the first 2 to reveal a ship in the Eastern Pacific. It is not British. It's another warship. When I reveal a ship in the Central Pacific, again, the less you can have warships stacked, the better, because it will make life harder. Oh, we got another one of these. The Trans Charter revealed 2 more ships. So I'm revealing 2 more ships there, but again, placement rules, I'm just going to actually put an empty ship here, or an unrevealed ship here, an unrevealed ship there. So those are the 2 2s. You're placing 2 more ships in that ocean. So again, it's not in the Eastern Pacific Ocean. You're putting them in that ocean, so they get placed elsewhere. The 4, I'm going to have to put this unidentified, this ship here. It's British, so again, 3 warships there, which isn't great. And with the 6, I'm putting an unidentified ship over here. 4 action points, kids. What do I want to do? Worried about that green. But I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid it. I'm going to have to do the stalk attacks for that +1. Especially with the extra warships revealed here. That's a problem. That is a problem. There's not a lot of notoriety there. So there's only 6 notoriety. 25. So I actually think I can. So there's only 5. I actually could kill all 4 of those ships and not get to the green, and then I could put some. If I do some incite actions, then I should be good. But 3 of them are attacking me, and if you roll a double 1 when they're attacking you, it's the worst. But I do have this reroll here. I think it's the only reroll I have, which is a problem. So 1 action to go here, another action to go here, a 3rd action, we're going to do consecutive stalk attacks. I'm going to start with the frigate. There's 2 frigates there. It's attacking me. I rolled a 3 instead of, it's only attacking me with a 6. I rolled a 3. It's better than rolling a 2. I have to take 1 random damage. I rolled a 1. I lose a Nemo. Oof, that's wonderful. I'm attacking it. I'm going to exert Nemo. So I'm at 3, 4 because of the stalk attack, 5 because of the strength and prow. I rolled an 8, so that's 13 minus 1 because another revealed warship, so that gets me to 12. So I do kill this ship, and we put this in the North Atlantic. No notoriety there, but I'm doing consecutive stock attacks with the periscope device, so another notoriety there. And now I'm going to attack this other frigate. It's attacking me with a 6. I rolled a 9, no damage. And actually the 9 becomes an 8 because there's another revealed warship. So that hasn't mattered, but if there's other revealed warships when you're getting attacked, other warships actually make it easier for them to hit you. And now I'm attacking that. I'm exerting Nemo, so I'm 5 going in. I rolled an 11, so that's plenty. So that kills that dude. I'm doing another consecutive thing, so notoriety. And now we're going on against the Belakisu. It's attacking me with a 7. There's no other revealed warships, so don't have to worry about that anymore. I rolled an 8, no damage. I'm exerting Nemo, so I'm 5 going in. I rolled a 7. That gives me 12. This one's dead. I'm going to put it here. And then I'm not getting attacked anymore. But since I do take a notoriety for that, and then I'm doing consecutive stock attacks, I get another notoriety. And now I'm attacking this dude. It's a merchant ship. I just need that. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It only has an 8. 1 notoriety for that. That goes to 24. And because I killed that, it has a bonus on it. I get a treasure. So I still have this thing over here as a potential to get that steam torpedo. No, not that. To get the Nemo cell batteries at some point. I hope this treasure is good. I mean, it's 3 more points, but it's not exactly good. But we did just put 4 more ships on our tonnage track, so they're starting to add up for sure. That's that. And next turn, clearly going to want to try to get some cubes here. We do have a treasure token, maybe, but yeah, get some cubes here. Get some cubes here. Come over here. Try to get the European seas taken care of. Get those 6 ships, and then we'll have these ships kind of down here to kind of hopefully again fill this entire track up. The difference between doing 5 ships in each ocean to 6, that's a 10-point gap. That's big in this game for sure. So that is the end of the round. We're gonna grab another event card. What do we get? It's the whales trying to crash the Nautilus with their sheer mass through the windows. You can see the enormous mouths paved with teeth, their fearsome eyes. Ooh, I can gain a crew. Yes, please. So 2 and 3. So I'm going in with a 5. I need to get to a 9. I rolled an 8. We're good. So I pass. I'm going to get 2 treasures or a crew. I will take the crew. So now I'm all the way back up there, which is super nice. I do need to find a way to get some Nemo back, but you know, things could be worse. Rolling 4 dice replacement because we're still in Act 3. Ooh, a 1, 1, 2, 2. I'm cool. I'm going to take a lull turn. So I put a treasure here, and I'm only placing for the 1, 1, 2. So 1, 1, and then the 2 means I have to reveal a ship somewhere. I'm going to reveal a ship with the trans charter. It's a blue ship. It is British. It flips over to the purple side. I'm going to do a refit action. So I'm exerting crew, spending this 1 action, because again, it's a lull turn. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't have to, I have to roll for these cubes here. I need higher than a 1. Oh, dear God. So this cube goes away. Right, lull turn. add the number of uprising cubes and the number of revealed ships, roll a d6, and if it's less than, you're in trouble. So that stunk. I'm going to roll for here. I would like to get a 4 or higher. I rolled a 2, so this cube's away. Here I need a 2 or higher. I rolled a 6. Here I need a 4 or higher. I realized I don't. That wasn't English, but y'all, I think, were feeling what I was saying. So I just lost 3 of my cubes on the board, which isn't good. Is decidedly bad. Yikes. Did I only have? I had 6 out already. Woof. Yeah, because I could have gotten them there and there. That was a rough sequence of events. All right, I'm doing a refade action, so I'm going to exert crew. I'm spending this, and then I'm going to spend. You can spend up to 1 treasure. I'm going to spend this 1 treasure. So I'm at 3. I'm at +5 going in. And 3 for the crew, 2 for the treasure. And I rolled a 12. Ooh, total overkill. So I'm going to gain an upgrade with 1 fewer salvage. I could take the... Nope, I can't. So that means I'm going to get Nemo cell batteries. So if I have many more lull turns, I just gain an action point immediately. And that's good. It's also a science, which is some points at the end of the game. But that's fine. And because I rolled so well, I actually can save that salvage and maybe we can try to get something else down the line. The gas turbine's looking really attractive, to be honest with you. But again, we're running out of turns to do everything that I want to do. So how do I'm gonna move these guys over here so we can get a better view at my things. All right, I'm going to now discard. These are random. Oh, there's no slots there now. Whatever. It's like, oh, I can reveal a random thing, but technically there's only 4 slots. I have 4 upgrades available. I am going to discard this from the... No, I'll do another lull turn at some point. I have this free adventure action over here with Nadine. I also have a free adventure action there, so another lull turn will be good at some point. This comes back. The next event. Oh, I defeated a warship in the North Atlantic, so this passes, and that just goes there. So the only other thing on the board is this Cape Horn thing, which would be another wonder. That would make sense to chase at some point. I mean, the problem with lull turns, well, I guess there's not a lot of cubes out there now, so it's probably safer now than it will ever be. So we'll see if I do another lull turn. The chief engineer. Wenzu was wanted by the imperial government and had escaped from Canton through Hong Kong. Stocky and strong with a love of song, Wenzu's hands stayed busy crafting things for the Nautilus or those with remarkable cleverness and invention. I can fail. I keep this, and I can fail at any time to get a free refit action with a brilliance result, or to gain's end pass if the chief engineer is not sacrificed. Chief engineer is not sacrificed yet, but that could be really nice. So yeah, 1 more salvage, and I can guarantee myself the steam turbines. That is rather attractive. All right, we're going to the placement phase. I rolled a 1, 2, 5, 5. I'm going to use a differential between the 1 and the 5 to get 4 action points. The first one is going to place a ship here. The 2 is going to reveal a ship in the Eastern Pacific. The Eastern Pacific is by far going to be the hardest to fill up on the tonnage track. All right, good. It's a merchant ship, and it is not British. The 5-5, I'm going to put 2 unrevealed ships here and here. My first action, I'm going to do an incite action. I'm going to exert crew. I rolled an 8. So 8 plus 3 plus 1, so that's 12, because there's no cubes there, and there's no ships there. So I'm going to put a cube here and get 2 notoriety back, down to 22. I'm going to do another incite action. I'm going to exert crew. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -1 because it's a cube, so that's an 8. Oh, no, no. Apathy, no effect. Yeah, it's not worth messing with that. That's bad, though. Not great. So, no effect. I didn't fail, so I don't lose the crew. I just don't get the cube on the board that I wanted. Alright, let me start attacking some ships over here. Yeah, I'm not wasting a dice roll remodifier. I'm not wasting a reroll on that. I think I start taking down the European seas. So I'm going to do an action point to go here. Another action point to do consecutive. I mean, the greens are getting added. I just don't think there's a way around it. Oh, man. I don't want to do bold attacks. These guys are too hard. So I'm doing consecutive stock attacks. And it be what it be. So they're both the same stats. So it doesn't matter which one attacks me first. It's attacking me with a 6. I rolled an 8 -1 because another warship's there, so it's a 7, so no damage to me. I'm exerting crew, so I'm coming in at a 7, 8 because of the stock attack, 9 because of the strength and prow. So, sorry, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 plus 5 is 10. -1 because another warship, so that's back to 9, which is garbage. Man, I keep that. That's twice I rolled a 5 and was 1 short. So 10. All right, professor's out. Another notoriety for losing him, but I succeed here. A notoriety for that, and another notoriety because I'm going to continue to attack something else. This is going to go in the European seas, and now we're attacking this thing. It's attacking me with a 6. I rolled a 5. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. So I take 1 random damage. Where is it going to go? It's a 1. It goes to Nemo. Whoa! I'm 1 away from death. That's not good. I'm going to attack, exerting crew. Coming in at a 5. I rolled a 5. 10's good enough this time, so that's 1 notoriety for that. The deadly seas and these 4 get added here. Now you cannot do a dice roll modifier for when they're attacking you. So I'm struggling to figure out how the heck I'm going to get more Nemo. I need more Nemo. That's like, yeah, these treasures, a lot of these treasures will give Nemo. There's one of these characteristics for Nadine will give Nemo, so you know, we might be getting broken fairly soon here. I think I keep going. I don't see the point in not, so I'm going to get another notoriety because I'm still going on with the consecutive stock attack with the periscope device. This comes back. It is British. It flips. It's attacking me with a 6. I rolled a 6. I'm attacking it. I have 5 going in. Same math as before. Oh my gosh. I rolled a 3. If you fail, you just take a notoriety, but I really don't want to. I'm going to use conceal for a reroll and just hope I roll like God the rest of the day. I rolled a 6. That's enough. We killed this guy, European Seas. No notoriety for that. Another notoriety because I'm doing a consecutive stalk attack. We're revealing another ship. Something that gives me Nemo would be great. No, it is British. It flips. It's attacking me with a 10. I rolled a 9. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I'm taking 4 points of damage. Yeah, it's going to be game. And if I roll a single 1, but even that, like, it's just, oh, that's just a terrible, terrible roll. It's attacking me with a 10, and I rolled a 9. All right, 4 points of damage. That's a 3. I lose a crew. Second point of damage. That's a 4. I lose a hull. Third point of damage. That's a 6. I lose a hull. And last point of damage. That's a 2. I lose a crew. I'm attacking it. I'm coming in at a 5. I need an 11. I rolled a 4. I'm going to use the second officer's +3 DRM. That's 2 notoriety for that. And when I kill that, it's 2 more notoriety. This thing is dead, though. And, yeah, my resources are in bad shape. It's really unfortunate. I have no more actions. I obviously have my second officer I can kill for an action. We have some things we can do there. But we are going to go to the next event card, and hopefully I get some Nemo. Can I get Nemo? No, I cannot. Required repairs. The Nautilus seemed becalmed only a few yards beneath the surface of the waves. I suppose that the crew was occupied with interior repairs, rendered necessary by the violence of the mechanical movements of the ocean. At game's end, pass and score discards negative victory points if not removed. To remove this card, you must perform a successful repair action and forgo 1 hull gain from doing so. That's fine. A lull turn here might not be the worst idea. So rolling 4 dice, I will take a lull turn. So I'm going to get 1 action instead of the 2, but lull turn, we're going to get a ship in 4, which goes there, and then the 2 6s, I'm going to put 2 ships here, which is exactly what I need, actually. I'm going to put a treasure in 6. It's full, so I'll put a treasure here and put a treasure on top of the deck. I'm going to now relieve my second officer, get an action point out of that. I'm going to do a repair action. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to exert Nemo. I'm going to spend a treasure. So that's +2. So I'm +5 going in. I would like to gain a lot of hull. I rolled a 2. Do I have a reroll? I do not. That is the game because I lost my Nemo. Wow. Oh, let's pretend I didn't do that. Maybe I would have, since I spent the treasure anyway, I could have just should have done the crew instead of risking the game on a 2 because, you know, I roll the way I roll. I didn't have any rerolls. So what happens? Repair, I lose that I risked. I also lose a hull instead of repairing a hull. And I lost an action, which is super awesome. I'm going to go again and try to repair. I'm going to spend crew and this treasure this time, and hopefully I don't roll a 2. So I'm actually a +3. I rolled a 5. So that gets me an 8. I succeeded. I gained the upgrade. No, I'm sorry. I gain a hull. So instead of getting the hull, I'm just going to get rid of this. So I forgo the hull repair. But I have to lose a treasure because I only rolled an 8. So I will lose one of these. God, these treasures are bad. I'm going to now discard this from Nadim to do the free adventure action. Doesn't give me Nemo. Captain Nemo's Thunderbolts. When the first Islander laid hands on the companionway railing, he was flung backward by some invisible power. Lord knows what he knows what. He ran off howling in terror and wildly prancing around. I'm going to test. I'm just going for it at this point. So I need a 4. I rolled a 7. That 1 came off first, though. So I pass. +1 notoriety. And I collect a treasure. I'm hoping for treasures that give me Nemo. This comes back. This comes back. What is this treasure? Oh, that's 2 points. Now I got those 2 treasures. They were on top of the adventure deck. Ah, shoot. I never tested the cubes, which I need to do for sure. So let me not forget about that. So 2 more treasures on top of the adventure deck. So that's a 3. Man, I am not getting what I need out of this bag. And another wonder. This is the lull turn, so I do need to test these cubes. That's only a 1 I can't lose. That's only 1 I can't lose. So here I need a 2 or higher. I rolled a 5. Here I need a 3 or higher. I rolled a 1, so this cube is out. Wow, I'm rolling so good. So good. Woo! All right. Let's go here. Trying to get a 3 while working also. I have 6 goodwill cubes out, 17 cards left in deck. Yes, I think Nadine's bonuses before multiplier. You need to start fueling those columns, right? You don't get the bonus points if the columns aren't full. Correct. Yeah, I want that. Yeah, I'm feeling those. I like feeling better. In the tonnage track for sure. Brian, hi Greg. Hope it's going well. Why is it that no matter how many turns you have, it never seems like you have enough? Tony Matone, bone crushing roll. So if it ouch, damn. Tony says boom. Rats, table flip. A rare solo play this redo. Yeah, I had no strategic reason to do the 3 instead of the 2, especially if I was spending the treasure the way I did. So I don't know. I just think it's more interesting to see how this plays out. Like that's just a really garbage way for it to end. Um, I still don't know how I make this work with the Eastern Pacific being what it is, and just my resources being so freaking garbage. But let's go to the next action. We'll see. Oh, I can gain a Nemo. Oof. All right. Ocean thunder. When a massive glacier cracked and fell into the waters near us, its roar was deafening and the shock rattled every bolt and plate around the Nautilus. Our pace quickened and we checked our systems, both human and mechanical. Pass and gain a Nemo. I'm risking hull. I need a 7 or better. I rolled a 6. Man, I'm so good at rolling exactly 1 view. I cannot fail this. I am. Oh, but I can't get rid of my first officer either. Oh, I failed. Oh, dude. I couldn't even risk that because I couldn't fail it. Right. So I failed. I don't get the Nemo. Instead, I lose the hull. So I didn't risk the hull. There was idiotic to do that. Because I was like, oh, I have this modifier, but if I get rid of the first officer, guess what? I lose the Nemo and I lose that way. So again, we're doing 2 solo playthroughs, redos in a row. That was really unfortunate. And now we do some placement. I'm tempted to do another lull turn, but my hull is my hull is garbage. Get rid of the chief engineer. If I do a lull turn, get 3 action points. If this, I lost all my cubes. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm doing it. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do an. Yeah, doing another lull turn. So I'm not placing for the 4. I get the 1 point there. Treasure on there. 3, 5, 5. I only got that because, again, the arcane. Only got the point because of Nemo cell batteries. I have to do the roll for here. I need a 2 or higher. I rolled a 2. Don't show off. And I'm going to discard this for the free adventure action. I'm really just hunting for some extra Nemo back. The Shipping and Mercantile Gazette, the Lloyd's List, and the Pocket Boat, the Maritime and Colonial Review, all papers devoted to insurance companies, which threatened to raise their rates of premium, were unanimous on this point. Public opinion had been pronounced. Perform this many reactions. 4. Wow. So my motive is stern. So I have to do 4 reactions and I pass because my motive is stern. So for 4 times, I need to gain a notoriety or flip any non-warship token to show its warship side. Well, that's garbage. So I pass. I'm just going to get 4 notoriety. So I go from 33 to 37. I get a treasure out of that. I mean, I haven't been trolled by the treasure thing, but I mean, I might as well have been. Hey, garbage. Wolf. I'm going to try to get crew back in a serious way. So I'm going to spend this 1 action. I'm going to spend a 2-point treasure. I'm going to exert crew because it's stupid to exert Nemo. I'm testing. I'm trying to rest. I rolled an 11, so I'm way above what I need. So I get the crew back and plus 2 crew. So a successful rest action for sure. I mean, crew is really the only way I'm gonna have a chance to even survive all of this. And I'm still missing 16 ships down here, which is rough. All right. Not in the Pacific. Stepping ashore had an exhilarating effect on me. Ned Land tested the soil with his foot as if he were laying claim to it. Yet it had been only 2 months since we had become, as Captain Nemo expressed it, passengers on the Nautilus, in other words, the literal prisoners of its commander. With Nautilus and a Pacific Ocean, you may fail to gain 2 crew or to place 1 uprising cube in that ocean. Game in, pass. Yeah, I would absolutely love to do that in any Pacific Ocean. I'll put a reminder here. I'm certainly going back that way at some point. All right. I have to do placement roll. Man, my rolls are just absolute trash. We're doing another lull turn. So putting a treasure in an ocean adjacent to 4, another treasure on top of the deck. I get the 1 action point. 4, 4, 5. I'm just not getting anywhere close to the amount of actions I need. So at the first 4, I'm putting a thing here. X and immediately end this turn. I mean, it's not the worst. I don't know if I have to complete. I mean, I pulled a Deadly Seas token. I don't know if I finish. Oh, God, I hate these freaking rule books, man. They're so bad. They're so bad. All right. Nautilus breakdown. Immediately place the action marker on 0. Oh, come on. So I don't even get that. I don't even get to save that. And skip the remainder of your action phase. You cannot use resources that give you additional free actions this turn. So I assume I continue the rest of placement. Like, I don't know. It's poorly done. So that's the first 4. The next 4, I'm placing a token in the North Atlantic. It is the Shenandoah. It is not British. And then the next token, I actually don't want to. I don't want to reveal anything in the European seas. With the 5, I'm going to reveal another ship in the North Atlantic. It is that. All right, so I have no action phase thanks to the Deadly Seas token. We get the next card. It is the ship's welding. Chief Engineer Zeus shared her welding experiment. By pouring negative current through the electrode, she made smooth arc welds. By alternating the current, the numerous magnetic fractures around the ship stayed unaffected. I can test hull. I need a 9. Oh, that's amazing. Except the problem is I have no dice roll modifier to get it. So I just need to roll a 9. If I fail... I mean, a 9 would be great. I can get a free move action every turn. I can't risk the hull to do it. I can only risk hull, but I can't because I would need to roll an 8. So 9 or better. Oh, that's a big roll. Cool. So I pass and immediately gain the least expensive available Nautilus upgrade for free. I'm going to take the gas turbines. I think that's more important than the electrical powered crew armor. I need all the actions I can get. I still have this too, which is interesting. All right, we're going to the placement phase. I rolled 3 5s. We're having another roll turn. Yay! I can't. I don't even have a choice. I got 5 5 5, so I'm just not getting any actions. So this is fun. So I'm gonna reveal a ship in the North Atlantic. It is a sea serpent. I'm gonna reveal a ship in the North Atlantic. It is the Sea Serpent is not British, in case anyone was curious. I got the Zanis Pozarski, and I'm going to reveal a ship in Indian Ocean. Oh, that's crispy. Great Ocean, place 2 more ships. So that's the third. I got all 3 of the Deadly Seas tokens that made me place 2 more ships, which is not good. So I'm placing a ship over here in the Western Pacific, and I'm placing another ship over here in the Western Pacific. It is British. It flips. I have to do the lull test. Did I do the lull test last turn? I think I did. I don't remember. It feels like 7 years ago. I mean, it doesn't. Whatever. I need a 3 or higher here. Nope, that's gone. I need a 5 or higher here. Nope, that's gone. I need a 2 or higher here. Don't be a 1. That's a 6. And I don't know if I remembered last turn. Good. So I have 1 cube on the board. So that's not a lot of points for me when it comes to these cubes. Whew. All right, I'm going to do an adventure action. Still hoping for some Nemo. The Sydney Intercolonial Exhibition. We walk to Prince Alfred Park, where outside were bands and agricultural displays. Inside we saw carriages, pianos, specimens of auriferous quartz, a road steamer, printing machines, and paper, and sampled some truly excellent biscuits. When the Nautilus is in the South Pacific, you may pass and either immediately collect 1 gemstone from the top of the adventure deck, add 1 gemstone to the top of the adventure deck, or place 1 discarded ship token on the salvage track if there is room for it. There is room for it, so that's fine. So that's going to be in the South Pacific, which... I mean, it's not exactly a place I'm eager to go. I do have one free move action. I don't want to use it because I still need to kill 2 ships in the European seas before I leave there. So we'll put this somewhere over. Do I want? Is there a reroll up there? No, I didn't get any friggin' rerolls. Nope, no reroll. I had this thing where I can get a treasure token back, but I didn't get any rerolls, so there's really no point. We're gonna go to the next thing. Can I actually roll something that gives me actions? Unwanted reflections. All right, so we're squaring up against the old man. The crew interceded physically, but Nemo pushed them aside. Nadine put forth a clever defense as they swore and brawled for what seemed like an eternity. Can we get some honor? I'm risking 2 crew. I need a 7 or higher. I got a 6. Oh, that's so amazing. So I lose the crew, and we put this in a failure pile. I'm 1 short on everything. Oh, I have to be in the South Pacific for this. Oh, this is what this should be down here. Great. This is going really well. Placement rolls. Here we go. Where's the missing a white? I'm missing a white. There it is. 336. That's more like it. That's 3 action points. The first 2 threes, I will place ships in the Arctic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. So Arctic Ocean, it's British. So all these white ships getting flipped is going to make life a lot harder. Oh, shoot. When did I pass that? I don't remember when I passed that. So the ships that I have placed recently should all be purple. And that's been a while, right? That's been a while. So these should be purple. Sea Serpent and Baby. Oh, that's amazing. I can't even. I mean, it just doesn't matter. I'm not killing a lot of these anyway. So this should be purple. Like as soon as it passes that, any new ships that come out that have purple sides, the warships should be placed in their harder side. The Deadly Seas obviously can't. Yeah, so I think that's right. I mean, if someone could tell me if there's should have been more that should have been placed on the purple side, this should be placed on purple. I'm not killing it anyway. And then the 6/6, I'm going to place a ship in 1. It's British. And then I'll place another ship. I'll place a ship in the European seas. Who cares? It's American. Oh, +1 Nemo. That's a magical, magical draw. Great. I have 3 actions. I'm going to do stalk attacks here. Attacking you. I'm going to risk. I'm risking Nemo because I'm +5. What could possibly go wrong? All right, we killed this thing. We get 1 notoriety. I'm going to attack another thing, so we get another notoriety, but we get a Nemo back, which is huge. And we're going to put you over here. I get, yep, I already took that notoriety, so we're going to go here. I'm going to reveal a ship. It's going to be my last attack of this turn. It's British, so it flips. So I would have gotten a treasure. Instead, I'm taking on this ironclad. The ironclad's attacking me with a 7. I rolled a 10. It does not hit. I'm doing a stalk attack. I'm basically in at +5. I rolled a 7. This sucker's dead. We filled up that ocean. I'm going to get 1 notoriety for that, and then I'm going to stop because I'm already full. And I have a way to get this back over here. I get a free move action because of the gas turbine, so I'm going to go here with that. And then I'm going to, I mean, move here. I mean, this is bad. This is all bad. And then let's do some attacks. I mean, I just have to start getting these things back too, just to get my notoriety under control. I have no more dice roll modifiers at all. At all, at all. That passes. I mean, just in case just in case it should have been on the purple side, I'll just flip it to the purple side. I mean, it's just a little bit worse. Just a little bit worse. All right. I think I just have to do bold attacks. Yeah, this might have been on the purple side too. I just really don't remember when that passed over there. I know I placed a lot of things, but there were already a lot of things out here too. So I can't. It's impossible to go back. It was this on the purple side. I just don't even know. I don't even know. I'll make everything purple. It's fun. Yeah, everything that I'm going to attack. Well, that for sure was yellow. That's been out there for a minute, I think. I don't know. We'll just make them all purple. Unless someone wants to tell me what's not supposed to be purple. Do I trust? I wanted to take advantage of that free move. Yeah, I'm just going to do stock attacks. I have to maximize my chances of winning on this. So it's attacking me with a 6. I roll a 5. I take 1 random damage. That's game for sure. All right. The pain needs to end at some point. Yeah, I just lost control of the game. Some really bad rolls, and losing the uprising cubes was just like kind of a cycle I couldn't come back from. I mean, I just not getting any treasures that were really helping with dice roll modifications, I think is a really. I mean, I don't know how. I guess maybe there aren't as many as I thought. Reveal 1 upgrade, get 1 hull. There's a reroll. Move actions. 1+1 DRM. +1 Nemo, +1 Nemo. Reroll. +1 crew. I guess there weren't all that many great ones. Accident lose 1 resource or character. Dear God. Yeah, so there's 3 of them in here that are just absolute trolling you. But yeah, this would not have been a good score. Just wasn't really coming together. I mean, you see the path that filled this up. I mean, it's totally there, but I was rolling really bad. I think I was like 2 or 3 times I rolled to try to do my insight actions, and I just wasn't able to keep on top of the notoriety. And then I just was in a place where I was, you see that like downward spiral where I'm having to do stock attacks because I just wasn't able to have it all come together. And I really do think like this card. I mean, the game. I really feel like the game's lost when I get this card this early. When all the British ships go to their harder side. Like honestly, yes, the warships are good for points, but that means they're attacking you. It's more chances I'm going to be getting dinged on resources. Like that is like the downward spiral that you can't come back from. This card's terrible, and I just don't. I don't. Like I don't like it. I don't like it. You've gotten this far into the thing for me. I don't like this card. I really think that this card just breaks the game. It's like one more thing to remember, and there's so many British ships. Like, look, thematically, I'm sure it makes sense, and like within the context of the story and Nemo and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, like I'm sure there's so many reasons for it. But come on, man, like. So then the other option is like that I just change my motivation, which I find is like a cheesy mechanic. But I really do think this card is probably the number one culprit of like what went wrong in this playthrough. Because again, I'm getting attacked so many times. I get attacked, I lose resources. Now I have to do resource management. Because I'm trying to save my resources, I can't really risk bold attacks instead of stock attacks. It would have been good to get this electro-powered crew armor out, because then I can get the +1 DRM once a turn when I'm doing bold attacks. And then I don't have to get the extra notoriety, because every time I'm doing consecutive stock attacks, I'm taking notoriety. But yeah, I think this card absolutely, crushed my game in a pretty big way. So, and when I came out, I had this impulse like, oh, let's restart. because and it was like subtle at first. I mean, you look, oh, that's a lot of points, like things are building up there, but it just wasn't able to come together. And then I was getting no action points. I kept rolling 4-4-4, 4-4-5. Like, that's not going to give me the actions I needed to move around the board. The gas turbines would have helped for sure. Oh god, I still had the rising action. That's funny. This is another action that this event, this oleomargarine. Oh dear God, it's an absolute terrible event. So the Maelstrom was our finale. I could have tested all 3 resources. I needed 12 for 5 points. That's a bad event. I mean, you have events that give you like 15 points when you succeed. Like 5 points isn't going to really do much good for you. Excuse me. Sorry, I tried to get to the mute button and didn't get there in time. There was a maelstrom in my nose, apparently. So that's that. Had a bunch of keep cards, wasn't able to use. Never really. I thought there were more rerolls and stuff. I mean, there's 1 reroll here. Yeah, 1 reroll here. Oh, 3 rerolls. There we go. I knew there were rerolls. There's 3 rerolls I didn't get. There's +1 DRM somewhere. There's 2 the +1. There's 2 plus Nemos. Yeah, these are not good. I don't need that many wonders. I mean, I had 2 that gave me actions. There's 1 that gives you 2 moves. That's really strong. There's 1 that you can use as salvage, which is really strong. I mean, that would have, if I had that come out earlier, it's 5 points, but that would have really given me a path to some of these better upgrades for the Nautilus. But I mean, overall, it just felt like kind of a broken game about halfway through. I should have realized how much this was playing a role as I went, but just trying to like reflecting on it now, I'm like, yeah, this just makes the game. It's a totally different game. I mean, just getting all those attacks and getting those, and I was rolling well early, but there were definitely a number of times where I started just losing 1 resource here, 2 resources there, 3 resources there, and all of a sudden, all 3 of my resources are in jeopardy in a way that it's like next to impossible to come back from. The reinforced armor would have been nice too. So I think there's an argument there. I mean, how many times was I 1 off? So like the reinforced armor would have been really good. Steam torpedoes would have been great. I mean, all 3 of these, if I could have found a way, that's another thing too. Like, since they were warships, I probably should have been more aggressive in filling up the salvage, but obviously I would have run out of actions to fill up the tonnage track. There's a lot of competing priorities. So this is just like a game that it just really did not come together. And it's funny because like, if I compare it to Zeds, like when I'm losing Zeds, I don't find it frustrating. Like I just, sometimes I'll find it frustrating. I still find it like hilarious, and there's like moments like it's like so silly. When I'm losing this game, like it just feels like unfair in a way that like frustrates me. And it's like a card like this that I just find like, come on, dude. It just changes the tenor of the game. It changes what you're doing so much that like you need some merchant ships. Like you absolutely need to get some merchant ships on the board. And I think like I feel like half of the white ships are British. You know, yeah, that's another one that's British. Another one that's British. Another one that's British. Yeah, like all these white ships are British, man. It's so stupid. Another one that's British, another one that's British. And instead, like, so this one here's a slaver. So instead of me defeating that and getting a crew, well, now all of a sudden I'm going as an ironclad, which is knocking off my resources, dude. Like, yeah, that's messed up. I don't like it. I don't like it. So if you're doing warfare motivation and you get this card early, just stop and start over. Is my that's my thing. No, that's an event card. Yeah, Silver Fear, that's an event card. Yeah. No. That I wasn't oh god no. I would never choose to do that for sure. Um I think you do continue, says Silver Fear. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Tony Montrose, this game is a train wreck. That's why I love it so much. Silver, you're rolling so bad. Slobodon says, "Hi, I'm late. Hello, sir. Glad you showed up." Silver, it's a bloodbath. Slobodon said, "Waited to buy this game. I'll stick to Mage Knight Ultimate Edition." Silver, it's still worth it in my opinion. That's an event card. I thought it was a variant. Paul S says, "Thanks for the stream. The upside is always reassuring to discover that dice hate other people too." Brian Scott, like, have you ever played Marquis? No, Marquis is, and I think I'm saying that. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. It's come up in multiple situations. Like it's one of those games that's like garnering my attention more and more to the point that I probably will own it at some point. I'm hoping it comes into the marketplace at PAX U because I'm like in the marketplace and I'm doing the math trade, but I haven't seen it. There's a couple. It's got like Renegade's another one, McKee's another one. Like the secondhand market is what it is. Um, I don't know. I just haven't made the investment on it yet, but yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Am I mistaken that there is a similar variant? I don't know. Um, I mean, there might be a variant. I mean, the Ultimate Edition like just threw so many things together. Maybe that was a variant before the Ultimate Edition. Optional rules. At the beginning of your action phase, designate each revealed warship. But the British Royal Navy dominated the world. So yeah, Britannia rules the waves. Plus one to all British ships' values. When placing a British ship in a thunder track, you may arrange it so it covers two spaces horizontally. When placing a British ship in a salvage track, you may arrange it so it covers two spaces vertically, representing that by itself is worth 2 salvage points. You can still never have more than 4 total salvage points, so do not rotate it when placing it in the max salvage space. If you only spend one or two. So yeah, there's something with Britannia rules of waves where it allows you to use British ships for more salvage and allows you to cover more of the tonnage track. But they are also more dangerous. No, it doesn't seem like this specific thing where British ships are always flipped is a variant. It's part of this event, and I just hate the event. It's really bad, man. I don't know. There's some balancing questions I have about this one. Like I get really frustrated with games that are like a third edition and there's still like obvious ambiguities in the rulebook. Like you've had 3 chances to get this right, but I almost wonder like the more editions, the more time like the design team spent with the game that they kind of lose sight of like the obvious questions. Um, Zeds has a lot of weird rules things, but at least Zeds ultimately like I think you can find the right answer. There's still a lot of questions about this game like again with the upgrading, with the motive switch, with the scoring, and Alan Emmerich's great. Like he's really active on Board Game Geek. He's commented on my videos, and I really appreciate. Like, he clearly loves what he does. I just really, it's like I think if you're making a third edition, like make sure you get people who have never played the game before who are coming in new. Right, because that's the point of an Ultimate Edition, right? You're trying to get more people into the game. Mage Knight, you know, um, the new Spirit Island, like uh, Kickstarter, they're going a lot to try to get new players into the game. Like you gotta give someone with like fresh eyes on a totally, I don't know anything about this game, man. Like this, the rule book, the Between Voyages guide, like all of it was like so freaking confusing that I'm like, you've had three chances to on ramp people into this game better, and like this is what you ended up with. Like it's, but I just feel like yeah, there's a couple of events here that are just so stinking like broken that just change the game so much that again it's that imbalanced swinginess that yeah, I mean, is it worth it? Sure, like I still like this game. Like this game's gonna stay in my collection for a long time. I have these six other motivations I want to explore in the channel, but yeah, it doesn't deliver for me. Like I'll the swing like there's swinginess in a lot of games, right? There's swinginess in Zeds, there's swinginess in Too Many Bones, there's swinginess in some of my favorite games. Um, the swinginess in this one just tends to bother me more. So, I think that could just be like as I get more experience with the game and I find out how to counter it better. But yeah, this whole playthrough was a disaster pretty quick for sure. So that is my 2 cents. But this is fun. I mean, like kind of. It was more fun than it wasn't. I mean, that's for sure. Oh wait, did I put the rising action card back in there? It's the worst part of this. When you lose the rising action card, where are you? I don't know, man. It's somewhere. It's somewhere. Definitive statement by Greg, as always. That goes there. And I think I shuffled the finale in there too. Yep, the Maelstrom. Finale A. Yeah, these finales are crazy. What did I have last time? I had the stupid Kraken, I think, which absolutely wrecked me. What did I have? The bottom of the sea, 20,000 leagues. Yeah, the Kraken. Test 14, 15 points, or you suffer hits. That's a big swing, man. It's a very big swing. Yeah, this one's like 15 points or -8, like a 23-point swing. And then here's this one, it's like 5 points. You're like, what? It's really bad, dude. It's like 5 points. And if you fail, you lose 1d3 of crew and a d6 of hull. I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, like the finales are still a big miss for me. There's that one event that allows you to like change the finale, but or it's like you can look at the finale and then optionally change, but you're still changing to something random. I don't know. They are what they are. Yeah, I think they're the point swings on some of these are absolutely bananas. 8 points. Bold attacks. Yeah, I mean every game's different, that's for sure. I mean that's a victory point games thing, right? Where there's so much content. I mean you look at like Darkest Night second edition, like there's so much freaking content. You could play the game 3,000 times and still not see all the cards. Um, but I think we got most of things right. Sorry about the forgetting about the purple ship. So yeah, once this thing passes there, all warships that come in are flipped to their purple side. Now I wish it said new warships, but so anything that's already on the board stays whatever it was placed as. Yeah, getting the Deadly Seas, I really do like the Deadly Seas, but yeah, getting 3 Deadly Seas tokens that added two ships each was rough. Things got really crowded really quick, so that became a lot to manage. But we'll be back. I mean, I'm not going to be playing this game a ton on the channel, but maybe like once every 3 months, we'll work through the various motivations in the upcoming months. There is something very satisfying to filling up the tonnage track, so I do like the warfare motivation. I also find it a lot. I think it's really hard to get to 320. Like I don't know how anyone could score that much with Warfare. I mean, I did that once with Explore over many attempts. I do find it less random, like because your goal of filling up the Tony track is pretty clear. Like that's what you want to do. So I find it, there's still going to be the swinginess within the game, but I do find it a little bit less. The Explorer motivation, like so much of your, I mean, score total is going to depend on how many wonders you get, you know, the treasures and stuff like that. Like I think there's a lot more like um just swinginess in the game for the motivation. Where war, it's like, hey, can you find a way to kill 36 ships on the tonnage track, plus the ships that you're going to need for salvage to get the upgrades that you need. So it is what it is. But tomorrow and Wednesday, tomorrow is election day here in America. Everyone, please do your civic duty if you haven't already with mail-in voting. Lots of important crap going on in America. So it is what it is. We'll not get too political, but I'm guessing people can guess what side of the aisle I fall on. Uh, and my frustration with this country right now. But I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm unavailable. So Thursday, we're doing a playthrough of Spirit. Nope. Yeah, Spirit Island. I got a two-handed playthrough. I'm doing Immense Lightning and Shifting Memory of Ages. That's going to be super cool. Going against level 6 Hasburg. And then on Friday, I have a Dawn of the Zeds patron challenge, which I'm super excited about. So it is like Victory Point week. Monday of next week, did I put it on the channel yet? No. Next week, I am doing a Mage Night. Oh, man, I can't even remember. Block by block, maybe? I don't know. I got like 5 more playthroughs. So 8 more playthroughs total before Thanksgiving. So lots of cool things I'm excited about. If you want to see some titles that you can expect, again, go on my Patreon page. There's a link in the description of this video below, and you will find a public post where I kind of just list the games that should be coming up. I don't have exact dates. I have to be a little bit more fluid with some things, but at least you can get a general idea of what's coming up in the channel, pretty sure. Maybe I'll see you at PAX U this year. Sure, Brian, tackle me, dude. I'm like, I'm the worst. Just come up anytime. It'd be great to meet some people. That's what I was thinking. Silver Fear. Have you played Star Wars Outer Rim? No. I'm intrigued. I haven't done much to like pick up and deliver games. Outer Rim looks pretty cool. I have definitely not reached it. Sages says, so did we reach the expected result? Yeah, absolutely. Brian says, vote early and often. I mean, depends who you're talking to. Often, you mean once per person only, right? Sure, says Brian. Nah, that's Sag. That's like a pretty common joke around the parts, around the Americas, I guess. But yeah, it's funny. I like it. I dig. Wait, are there 13 finales? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oops. I'm rolling a d12 and there's 13 of them. That changed. Oh, this is an event. Sorry. It just has it just has the dark border that made it look like a finale. It's like, no, there's only 12. I knew that. But cool, yeah, but PAX U should be great, man. I'm like super excited. I got some trades I've been working out and getting rid of some games and getting some new ones. So I'm gonna have a ton. Like the whole goal for me is like every year I'm like, I want to get rid of games, and then I end up getting 6 new games and more review copies, and it's gonna be nuts. But hopefully I can clear up enough shelf space to make room for the new stuff coming in at minimum. So I did just receive a couple of I received a review copy of Australia, so you'll see a playthrough of that pretty soon. I received a review copy of Battle Crest, which is a button shy game. It has a solo mode. It's interesting. I played it with a friend. Nice little quick skirmish game. Button shy is known for their 18 card decks. I mean, it's a very, very tiny game. And I'm trying to feature games that span price points a little bit more than I have in the past. So excited about that. I've dove into that a little bit with a friend, and really like it's crazy how many ideas and mechanics they kind of threw into like an 18 card deck. It's pretty wild. You look like a massive supportive of GIF Guy, by the way, says Saget. Who is GIF Guy? Australia should be your kind of game, I think. Yeah, Australia looks good, man. Read the rule book, and I think I'm going to try to play it with one of my gaming groups first before I try to dive into it too much solo. But yeah, it seems pretty good. A lot more resource management and stuff than I thought going in. But like reading the rule, like wow, seems like a lot of really interesting ideas. Um, And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Try Palm Island, says Silver Fear. Cool. I will definitely take a look. Yeah, I know that's another button shy game, right? I think Alfred, one of my other patrons, he's mentioned that to me a couple of times. So yeah, maybe once I get this on the channel, maybe I'll get them to send me some more stuff. Um, for me, it's like it's gonna be like Bloody In, right? I'll put it on the channel once. I'll maybe play 2 games in one live stream, and probably won't get back to it. But just to feature them and let people know, hey, like here's some really good games that are very very budget friendly. I kind of like that. GIF guy is the one with the red cap of whom many GIFs are made. Hence, you got it. No, I mean I understand why. Yeah, the beard's a little misleading. But yeah, we're beards are ambiguous here in Philadelphia. So. Oh, not button shy, but a small deck game. Cool. Australia may be the one Martin Wallace that interests me. Yeah. Have you ever played Brass? I mean, Brass is pretty sick, dude. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's like an off the wall combination, of like a lot of things. There's Space Biff, Dan Thurrott, I think is his name, Thoreau. He's a really good he writes really like poignant pieces about games. He has a really interesting uh discussion of that game because like there's something about that game that can be a little jarring, like if you know the history of Australia. Um so there's like a really interesting social commentary thing about that game, that basically how Australia was colonized, and the natives were kind of written out, and now the people are going to like colonists are going to Australia and they find like the Cthulhu and the Elder Ones, right? So it's there's some interesting discussion. So I definitely recommend people reading that just for like an interesting kind of cerebral take on the game. And but at the end of the day, it's a good game with some solid mechanics, and raises some interesting discussions that I'm here for. Sarcasm, Greg. Sarcasm. I had to resort to it. My bad. But no, dude, for real. Like in the wrong parts. No, in some parts of the country, like people make assumptions about me based on appearance that are misleading. So that's funny. Do you like Brass? Should I try it? I like Brass a lot, actually. Like more than I thought I would. I picked it up at PAX last year, actually, in a math trade, and because like just it's so high on the charts. It's really tight. I like the decision space. There's something very very sharp in the design. So it's become a go-to for me and my friends for sure. So I've only played like 6 7 times. Yeah, I picked it up for $50. Like I'm glad to own it. It's a small box, man, which I really like. I mean, it's a normal sized board game box. It's like it's fits on a shelf. It's great. It's not overproduced, doesn't overstay its welcome on the table. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good things in Brass for sure. Silver Fierce has never tried solo. Are you talking about Australia, I'm assuming? Or Marmals is just not my kind of designer somehow. No, I could see that for sure. I've only played Brass, so and then I picked up Australia with get the review copy. I know it's up the ranks, but it doesn't smell right. No, I feel that. I mean, I'm stubborn enough to a point where like, but then I see a game when I see the same game basically or 2 versions of the same idea of a game like in the top 10 of BGG at the same time, like I'm enough of like a sucker that I'm like, all right, I gotta check it out. Um, and there's a lot of top 20 games that I just don't like, and there are some in the top like 30 or 40 that I'm never gonna own. Like Kingdom Death Monster, I'm never gonna own. Like there's something about that that doesn't smell right to me, and it's not necessarily the gameplay. um, there's just a lot going on there that it's not for me. But Brass is really good, man. Solar Brass fan made summer. Oh yeah, Silver Fear. Yeah, I heard that there's a really good solo mode for it. I will probably not play it ever, like at least not for a while. Like again, games that I'm in the middle of playing with my play group competitively, I've learned to really not play too much solo because my experience level starts to hit another echelon, and it's just not fun for my play group. So if I have a good competitive game that my friends and I enjoy, like I try to keep it off the table unless I'm playing with my friends. So that's about it. But yeah, so I've blabbered on enough. Speaking of tomorrow's election, I have some political duties I have to go attend to. So, I am again a local committee person in my neighborhood, so that means I have to go knock on some doors and bother some people and do that for a couple hours. So this was super fun. Thanks for an amazing chat. Sorry I did not have a better showing, although I feel like people enjoy my crushing losses more than more more than I do. So, uh, and that's good. So we'll be back on Thursday with Spirit Island, and until then, thanks for joining me and happy gaming.
Solo.